Never watch alone. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Never Watch Alone, where Angela Arriaga, Dr. Functional, Tyr, and Kefk and I offer running commentary and review films with an eye toward fan and independent films. Remember, we talk over the films in the hopes that you'll go watch in peace on the content creator's channel. But before we get started, please remember those who have fallen on hard times and can use the help. In our descriptions, you will find links for Angela Arriaga, Hate Camel, and Maddy, and one more for the High Plains Food Bank. So, what do we have tonight? We have Angela had an appointment she had to keep, so she can't be with us tonight. That's one thing. Dr. Functional said he wasn't feeling so well, so if he does pop on, it'll either be late or not at all. It's more important to get yourself healthy. But in the meantime, Tyr, how you been?
I've been well, my friend. Yourself?
Spunkalicious. And Kefk, how have you and Lodi been?
I don't know what that is. Sorry.
I think that was a sheep.
It
That was a sheep. That was a sheep or a goat. I don't know why I'm saying it this way. It just feels like the thing to do.
Oh, hold on, Doc.
Good.
Oh.
Doc is in the... If you go to the... Hold on.
Okay. Do the thing.
Get
him
Doc,
into the green
if you
room
go
and...
to the Discord, it's in show links.
Oh, wow. You ever feel like you get a cat hair on the tip of your nose and that little sensation never goes away?
Yeah.
My brain says it's nerve damage because I'm getting old, but whatever. Tonight we have I want to give you some background on Dylan's New Nightmare before we start watching that. The first bit is the guy who plays the entity / Freddy Krueger is the writer and director of It's Me, Billy, Dave McRae. And what other news we got there? Written and directed by Cecil Laird of The Horror Show. That's their YouTube channel. And there was some participation behind the scenes from Womp Stomp Films as well. So this Dylan's New Nightmare fan film has got a good pedigree. Hey, Dr. Functional, how are you?
Hi. Nice to see that you created some random channel just for the link.
Well, I didn't want it clouding up our general.
What else is there about Dylan's New Nightmare? It stars Miko Hughes, who played the little boy in Wes Craven's New Nightmare. He's reprising the role of Dylan, who was Heather Langenkamp's son in that movie.
Okay.
That's pretty awesome.
So it's not really a sequel to the Nightmare on Elm Street films because I'm going to get the names confused, because Wes Craven's New Nightmare was outside of that timeline.
Wasn't Wes Craven's New Nightmare set like a with Freddy was in our reality?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's kind of like a reboot, yeah.
But that's why it's called The Entity as well as simply Freddy Krueger.
Clown says also Gage in Pet Cemetery.
Yes. So, Miko Hughes is reprising that role, some 30, 50, 78 years later. I know it's not really 78 years. I'm just being me. It's a way that I don't have to feel so old. But Tyr, what do you say? Want to get into it?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
This is Dylan's New Nightmare.
Volume. dear. There we are. In association with Womp Stomp Films. Our intro is better.
Oh, please. This is the city. Sorry.
Hey, back
Wow.
off, Crowley. I'm here to put you to rest for good.
Okay.
These are all the people that they had
Certainly not Adam. He's just cashing
apply
checks.
for the roles, and we're like, but we still have a role for you.
As an extra.
Thanks for coming in, Frankie. We'll be in touch. It's Franklin, actually.
Yeah, whatever.
Wow.
What a dick.
Dylan Porter, you're up next.
Hey, my name's Dylan Porter. I'm repped by the Risher agency.
Hold on. I gotta go. Yeah, go ahead.
Action 5.
My name's
That-
Dylan
that-
Porter. I'm repped by
that
the
guy
Risher
in the middle-
agency, and I'm reading.
There's
for
a
my
slight
project.
resemblance to Wes Craven in my brain.
Oh,
Mhm.
Porter.
I halfway
Porter.
wonder if that's who he's supposed to be.
How do
Oh,
I know
it's
that
not
name?
Wes
Do I
Craven?
know you,
'Cause I
Dylan?
thought it was.
I don't think so.
Now, come on, tell me how.
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, wait, Porter. Wait. Are you related to Chase Porter?
Yeah, that was my dad.
Oh, man. Your dad and I worked back together on Chainsaw 3. Well, you were just like a little dude.
Chainsaw 3.
I love
Wow.
it.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
I don't remember
Wild.
any of that.
That's
Unfortunately,
wild. I don't care.
Yeah. Sorry. You know, he really was one of the good ones.
Even acts as horribly
Unfortunate what
as
happened
Wes
to him.
Craven.
Damn.
Yeah, thanks.
Damn.
Wes is a brilliant mind. He should be behind the camera,
That's
not
right.
in
You're
front.
Heather Lincoln.
No, he should be on a pen and paper.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd really rather not talk about all that if that's okay.
Now,
Oh.
what if the guy is intentionally acting
Oh, yeah.
like Wes Craven?
Sorry.
Does that make him a good actor?
Yes, in fact.
Yes.
Let's get on with the scene. And when you're ready, just give Justin.
Sure.
Oh no.
Interior rundown shed, Honey Island swamp, night. All three survivors, Andrew, Rose, and Michael, are all regrouping after Victor Crowley's last attack.
Mr. Crowley.
We can't keep this up.
Boom, boom,
Do you both hear me? We can't keep doing this.
Sorry.
We run.
Mr.
We hide.
Crowley.
Crowley finds us. Crowley
You've
kills someone.
activated Kefke's musical
I mean,
gene.
That's the sick joke of this whole situation. We're trapped in a swamp full of hiding places, but there is nowhere to hide. Not from him. Not even walls keep him out.
So what's your point?
That's a
My
slight
point,
Heather brought up
Rose,
after the
is
effects
if we can't
husband.
hide, why are we still trying? We can't just wait around for that freak like you two did. That's what got my sister killed. I can tell you one thing for sure.
Yeah, YouTube did.
If
Wait.
she were here with us now, she'd agree with me.
He was pushed into a jet engine and he still came back. He's cursed to come back every day like new, remember?
Yeah. Yeah, well, if there's a curse, there's a way to break it. Otherwise, he kills, he dies, he just keeps coming
Kill
back.
him again.
More people die. Good people. Like Heather.
Live, die, repeat.
Yeah.
You gotta chop him up and mail him to Abu Dhabi.
Well, I'm not gonna let that happen.
Why Abu Dhabi?
Even if I have to do this,
Because that's where
by
Why
Number
not
myself,
Abu Dhabi?
Oh,
killing that
hmm.
murderer.
Because it sounds funny,
For
like
good.
Keokuk or Cucamonga.
Cucamonga.
Lake Titicaca,
Is
Pittsburgh.
that okay?
Uh-oh, they've been
I
frozen.
can try something different.
It's
if you
okay.
want
We
me
just started.
to-
Oh, I think we've
No,
all
they-
seen.
I think they got frozen.
Oh, hey, Josh.
Oh.
What up, Josh?
Well, Josh, this is a sequel to Wes Craven's a fan sequel to Wes Craven's New Nightmare. If you didn't catch the intro.
Wow.
Christ!
Oh, Dylan. Look what's become of you.
That voice. I know that voice.
I know that voice. It's great value, Robert E. I'm sorry. The voice is actually pretty good for that.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's quite good.
Yeah. That was just teasing. It is a very good. Actually, it's very good makeup. Wow.
Yeah, it is.
Very good.
Uh-huh.
We killed you once and for
Once
all.
and for a time, maybe. But never once and for all. Face it, Dylan. You may be all grown up, but you're still
What if
mine.
that's a silicone mask? Not silicone, latex.
Dream.
Silicone latex.
You're
Yes,
not
yeah,
real,
yeah.
and I need to wake up.
Like the living face type mask.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake
Or if that's makeup. It looks really, really good. Sorry.
Wake up.
All right. I gotta admit, he does have the mannerisms of Freddy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Dylan.
I mean, everything's really good. The face, the look and the voice and the mannerisms are like really amazing. That's very
Yeah,
good.
he really does capture the character.
Yeah.
Which is
Okay,
something
that's
I've always said about film. You can recast people. It just has to be the right people who can encapsulate the original magic
Yes.
Yes.
of the actor or director or whatever, you know.
Piggy.
Not director, but
We never got
Monster.
to play our favorite game. Skin the cat.
Nice transition.
great.
Oh, yes.
transition.
They did that same transition in Never Hike
The
Alone,
second-
too.
Yes.
And they do that a few times I can remember in the original series of Nightmare on Elm Streets.
But Joshua, to answer some of your, to maybe fill you in a bit. This actor on screen now is Miko Hughes, who played young Dylan in Wes Craven's New Nightmare. He's reprising his role decades later.
Yeah.
Like, is he the one that played Gage in Pet Cemetery, you said?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's little Gage. Aww.
Yeah, see, there
There's
he
an
is with
actual
Heather
picture.
Langenkamp.
Yep.
He killed Herman. Sorry.
Yes, he
I
did.
hated that
God
movie.
damn.
Because I love Herman.
Okay, why is there 5? Whoa. There should be only 4 there.
Maybe this time the entity is an overachiever.
Yes.
Got an extra finger.
Clicky.
Sorry, Doc. What was that?
I was asking how you hurt yourself.
I was going through that very thing when
Yeah.
I go through that when I can't
There's a
sleep right.
cabinet was stuck. I just gave myself a shine.
Do you get chased around by Freddy Krueger?
I see.
No, I get
Oh.
Get night vision about Jason
I like
Voorhees.
zone in and out.
Dylan, what's really bothering you?
It's annoying.
Yeah.
Had a nightmare last night.
Tell me about it.
It was another audition dream.
Well, plenty of working actors have those. It's hardly anything to worry or be embarrassed about.
2 people died this time.
What do you mean 2 people died?
Stop clicking.
How?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
The 2 people
What-
next to the
2 people
casting
died?
director,
But that I guess
Committed
that's the therapist
suicide.
for you.
one shot himself and the other.
Yes,
slipped
it's only
off.
35 minutes long.
Why do you think they did that?
Because it was a
It
dream.
was a dream.
Wow.
Thank you.
Psychic
I
Kefk.
don't know.
Kefk,
Why
you
does
nailed
that
it. Maybe.
happen in a dream?
Dreams can mean a multitude of different things. almost all of which can be applied as some kind of lesson to the person who psychologically created them in the first place.
No, it's
Or maybe a dream's just a dream.
Lesson in this
Yeah.
talk. Am I supposed to wear a splash guard?
Sometimes a cheesecake is just a cheesecake.
Or some Cheetos, bags
Using
of Cheetos, or
humor
just
to cope
bags
with
of Cheetos.
scary situations is an old school tactic, Dylan, but not one proven to be
You're
very
an old
effective.
school I'm sorry.
Maybe that's why I'm an actor.
In the new Nightmare, the FX has been designed a new claw with the
The
thumb blade.
subject of your parents
That's true.
come up.
Yeah, but you don't claw with your
the
thumb
casting
in an
director
even
recognized me from when
That's
I
what I
was
was
a kid.
saying. I realize there's a there's a claw on the thumb, but
He was asking about my dad.
when you claw, it doesn't do that kind of straight 5
And
in a
your
row
mother?
pattern. Even if
Right,
you flatten
because
your
it's
hand out.
Ask about her too.
it's opposable.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah, her too.
Honestly, it's one of those things that we
Inconsequential.
pick up that's
Lately?
completely inconsequential, but you just laugh to
Your
yourself.
mother.
Go, I found a mistake.
Yeah.
Why?
Nitpicking,
Answer's
nitpicking.
always the same.
Yes.
Because
She's
so far,
not
I
long
mean,
enough to
oh my
go
god,
with me.
I am definitely gonna watch this again after the show because
Same old loony bin.
Oh, most
love
definitely.
this.
Why try?
And
You know?
No,
All
this isn't
the-
the sequel.
Hurts.
Oh, sorry. No, Josh, this isn't the sequel.
You know, maybe your
There
casting
isn't a
director brought
Dylan's
her
Nightmare.
up because you are feeling guilty about
Yeah,
This
it.
it is a sequel to Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not
Trust
an
me,
official
Dylan, I
one,
understand
obviously,
your
but it is a
hesitation
sequel to
check in
that.
on her.
Yeah.
But it's
Especially
not
when
the
there
sequel to
doesn't
any
ever
of
seem
the
to be any
Nightmare on
positive
Elm Street
progress.
movies.
So far, it looks freaking like it could be.
But that
It
same
is really
hesitation
good.
Can feed your
Oh, yes, most
subconscious
definitely.
guilt like a sleeping giant.
And yeah,
That
yeah,
guilt
I
can slowly
agree. It's
build up
really,
over
really
time
good. And Nightmare on Elm
Eventually,
Street is
in most
probably
cases,
my
come
favorite of all
exploding
the
out
big
at the most
franchises.
inopportune moment.
The big
The
horror
very act
franchises.
of checking in on her to
I just like the
see
idea
how
of
she's
the
doing can act
psychology
as sort of a
behind.
pressure release valve for your
He gets
guilt.
you in your dreams, like that's
That
so.
way, even though you may
And
continue
they played
to
it.
get
Wes
the
Craven
answer
just
you're not
masterfully
looking for,
played on so many
at least you
different
tried.
ideas throughout his films. It really
Yeah,
resonated
that's
with
true.
me as something a little bit above most of the others, which are not to take anything away from them.
What about the
Generally,
casting
just
director?
hack and slash kind of stuff.
Right.
Whether
Oh,
or
yeah.
not
Well, you said the other
whether
two
or not the
people
big bad
died,
is
but what happened to the
supernatural
casting
or just a
director?
man
Did
or
they kill
whatever.
themselves
There's
also?
it's mostly just about
He laughs
hack
at
and
me.
slashy.
Could you imagine if
That's
the
it?
Sci-Fi Channel was around when A Nightmare on Elm Street came out? Because they would
Yes.
immediately
Are you
have a
sure?
knockoff called The Elm Street
If
Nightmare.
so, this is the place
Yes.
to discuss it.
Or the Nightmare on Maple
spruce-
Street.
Sure, there was
And it would
nobody
be a
else in your
$2
city.
version of the same movie.
The Spruce
said no.
Street
He,
Bad Dreamers.
Yeah.
No,
He
the
laughs at me,
Spruce
and,
Avenue
I laugh.
bedwetters.
Dylan,
Night
we've been
terrors.
working professionally together for
If
a
you
number
pee in
of
your
years.
sleep, you pee for real.
Having learned your history over that time, I can't imagine.
Yeah, Wes Craven's
what
New
you
Nightmare
went
was sort of
through
like
when
a
others started getting
soft
confused.
reboot of the
It was,
the
yeah,
IP.
it was,
Had a lot to
It
do
wasn't
with her
really a
horror
reboot,
films,
but it was something
from what I
removed
understood from
from
her doctor.
yeah.
the
I
original
consider it a spin-off.
When
It-
we
it was
started-
more of
That's
a
even
spin-off.
better, actually. I think
you
that's more
mentioned
accurate.
That you had been
Yeah,
exposed to
spin-off.
those films at a young age
You
as
know,
well.
it put Nightmare on
just
Elm
wanna be
Street
sure that you're
as
having
a
these
a
dreams
movie within
is
that
not
universe,
symptomatic of a
and sort of brought it
resurgence
to
of your
our
childhood
universe.
trauma.
Right.
You know, hence the title New Nightmare.
Stop clicking it!
Yeah, I'm about to reach through the screen and punch the thing.
I think I have it under control.
It seems like she's
All
impatient.
right, well, I'm going to have to trust you on that, Dylan. But
I'll bet
please,
you anything that was
promise me
intentional.
that if anything changes, if
Yeah.
your
Probably.
starts to be affected, you'll call me and come back and I'll prescribe something. I know that you have
There it is again.
Shove it in her eyeball! Just shove her head down on it. Just do it! Just do it! Do it!
Dylan.
Kick her teeth in.
Dylan,
They'll think God someone killed her. Oh wait, sorry.
No, I think I'm okay.
That was the luge.
I like that. It was Wes
Unfortunately,
toying
our
with the
time's
idea
up.
of Scream before he made
we're
Scream
going
and
to
used
have
his
to
own
pick this
IP.
up next
Kind
session.
of, yes. it was definitely a precursor.
But let me suggest in the future that you don't wait until the end of the session to bring up something that could have tremendous implications for your mental health.
So funny. I always forget that Scream was him.
No, that's fair.
It's just such a departure from his
It wasn't him entirely.
No, but I mean, it was still his. How
I mean,
did
he
you like?
was-
He was the
he was-
captain of the ship.
Yeah, he was
But
more
there were
producer.
still commanders.
I don't think he was as heavily involved with the story as people
hey.
might assume.
80s
Yeah.
music.
I swear I've seen this stretch of road in Colombo.
Forever. Sorry.
I mean, that other place you can watch the movie for free, Josh.
Is this L.A. or
Yeah.
California? Okay. Oh, California Nightmare. Got it.
Yep, Kefke's musical circuit has been activated again.
Sorry.
It's just as somebody who's not from there or even really from the States, it's like sometimes it's
All
hard
right,
to pinpoint.
Right.
That music is a little too on the nose. Just
That's
saying.
from Nightmare.
Yeah, a little too on the nose.
No, that's from Nightmare on Elm Street. I forget which one. That's from. I thought it was from Part 3, Dream Warriors. Maybe not.
I believe that
That's
was
from there.
Dawkins with the song Dream Warriors.
Yeah.
No, that was in that too, but there was a different one. But there's multiple songs from multiple. Was that not? That had
Because
been from a.
What the one I hate is when it's song about the movie in the movie that plays the
movie.
song. You know,
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yes.
I hate it when it's so freakishly on the nose that
Look. My brain is jumbled. Let me just have a jumble brain.
yes, I can live with that.
Yeah, because Dream Warriors, it was basically all original music.
My name is Dylan Porter.
Oh, Dream
I was
Warriors was all
only
original.
hoping
Okay.
to speak with my
They
mother,
had
Heather.
Dawkins play the
she's-
intro and a different version for the outro, but David
No,
Lynch's
she's, patient.
buddy, fuck, what's his name?
But which
Some
one had
Italian
Alice
dude.
Cooper in it?
Oh no,
That was
Heather
Friday the 13th, long
Lancaster.
series, completely.
Yeah, that was,
The Man
Jason
Behind
Lives.
Mask. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
How can you remember that? No, not remember that.
Magic.
Right.
Because he never holds in his sneezes, so his brain is perfectly fine.
Not there. Dun, dun, dun. What the fuck is that from? Heard that before
It's from
too.
the elevator.
Oh,
It's not often you hear clothes folding music.
Yes. Clown says it's part 4. Tuesday nights sung it. Who is this?
wait, I was right. It was from a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. It was from Part 4.
Yes.
I'm here.
My memory's not so bad. Wait, sorry, got excited. But memory still sucks. Never mind.
Kefke's gone full hooligan.
She's gone full goober.
Yeah, of course.
I still say 3 was. I mean, at least for me, one
Keep me
of
posted
the best
if
horror movies of
anything
all time.
changes.
Yes.
It's an unpopular choice,
Nightmare
but I
on
still
3.
say
Nightmare on Elm Street 3. I love that one. Wait, that's Dream Warriors, right?
Dream
Yeah.
Warriors, yep.
3. I love that one. It's so cheesy and funny.
I will die on this hill. But A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, I think, is the best because that's when Freddy is at his scariest.
Agreed.
I thought it was
And I
scariest in the first
I
one.
will plant my flag and join you.
Plant that flag in your head.
And all these people,
Hey, no flagging on stream, okay?
Yeah, no flag. You go straight.
Flaggers.
Freaking
you got all these
flaggers.
people who just want to obsess over some apparent homosexual overtones in Part 2, and I was like, just watch the movie
Naughty.
Yes.
and enjoy it.
Holy shit.
Da-da-da.
So what happened
Where'd
to
the
the
thumb
blade there?
claw go?
Magical
He
thumb
lost
claw.
the thumb claw.
Hey, dreams are not expected to be entirely accurate.
I
Where's his
expect it
hat?
to be completely accurate.
Asking you show
There's
up
his
here.
hat. Wait, oh no, that's
no,
not
that's
a
his-
hat. That's a shirt.
That's his jacket.
That's a sheet. Oh, that's a jacket.
It's cold. It's rather cold in his house.
Because he keeps it at like 64, like any sane human would do on on central heat there.
Ah, there it
There
is.
we go.
I love how it's cocked to the side.
Why he frowning like that? He looks like a sourpuss.
Fuck you too, kid. What do we have here?
It's a nightmare catcher.
It's a dream stretcher.
A dream stretcher.
A dream stretcher.
You can't catch me.
He's a gingerbread man.
All right, in this one, it just seems like Freddy just wants to fuck with him.
Well, I bet you anything there's more to the story than just Freddy being a dick to Dylan.
I'm pretty sure it's more that Dylan is his anchor into this world.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something
Testing,
like that in
testing.
play.
1, 2, 3.
These damn batteries aren't going out on me again, are they?
Yes, they can answer you. They said yes.
She has a laptop computer. Why is she using it like that?
Who knows?
Because
Updating the files
she likes old
on
tech.
Dylan Porter. Porter seems to be regressing back to the paranoid state of his childhood. When I tried to dive deeper into the subject, Dylan's guard immediately raised.
It was all that fucking
I fear
clicking.
Dylan may be making
Yeah,
a
maybe if you
return
weren't
to his
such an
childhood
insufferable
delusions.
hack
If you weren't clickety-clicking either.
Yeah.
But can they really be taking the
and
same
looking
form
at
as
it
before?
accusatorily instead of,
That character from his mother's films.
I don't know, being empathetic.
What is really concerning to me is that Dylan is around the same age as his mother when she was first
That
hospitalized.
that just makes me think about what we're doing with that treatment we've been playing with, and how we have so many likable and relatable characters in it.
To think all these delusions brought on by a cheap horror movie.
You are full of crap. Horror movies do not make you have cheap delusions or... Wait, horror movies don't make you have delusions like that. They don't make you crazy. They don't make you serial killers. We watch a horror movie since I was 4-year-old. You shut up.
I knew it.
I'm gonna... Fucking better.
Well, they do make you a ferret, so just gonna say that right now.
What I'm getting at is, it feels like she has been made intentionally unlikable.
Antagonistic with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Dylan is the only one who fears him, if he kills him, Freddy's gone.
Yes, but I want to make clear, we're not dealing with regular Freddy,
Is that you? Dylan?
because this isn't the Freddy from the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. This is the entity from Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Is she not asking herself how he would be talking to her through the tape or the phone like that? And she's
I have
going,
no
Dylan,
idea.
is that you?
Wow, it burned her hand?
What's going on is the entity is taking the form of Freddy Krueger.
Yes. It's more like a demon.
Yeah.
Stab it in his eyeball.
Hey, baby.
Oh, he's got no claw on the thumb.
Did he say never click again?
Yeah. Okay, I think that was more her stress reaction.
What's up, Doc?
Who are you?
What's the matter? Don't you recognize a cheap horror movie when you see one?
Freddy?
Sometimes.
No, it's Skip.
Sometimes I like that.
Yeah, see, that's kind of what I'm getting at. It's he's taken the form of Freddy Krueger.
Alright, the clicking is her stress reaction. So why was she clicking during his story? Why is she stressed out?
They've tried. Time's up!
There I would have done something different, but it's just me, I guess.
Yeah.
Good talk.
And it's because my brain's like, okay, those knives will have a hard time, the knives that he's got for blades. Those will have a hard time penetrating the sternum in that, with the kind of leverage that's in play.
I would have made it, I would have made her death something to do with her clicking.
Well, why do you think he cut off the arm?
Oh, like maybe he gave her a heart attack and she just started rapidly clicking the pen. And he goes, oops. Her heart couldn't take it.
I think he should have used the claw in more of a slicing manner, but that's me trying to apply. That's me trying to apply real world physics to what is an entity / demon. I mean, come on.
Hey, there's her clicker.
I'm being unrealistic.
Click on.
Now, that
click
arm was
on,
super floppy.
click.
Props department may have shopped at an adult. Okay.
Oh, he delivered the body.
That's the arm.
Oh, it's the set.
It's his dinosaur toy from when he was a kid.
Shit.
Oh shit, he clogged it up.
I believe it was
That
clawed up when he was a kid.
dinosaur
This is now sewed up with red thread.
Toy looks very familiar.
Yeah, well, the kid had a dinosaur toy in
that
Wes
dinosaur
Craven's New
toy
Nightmare.
in
Yo, and
particular
look,
looks.
You had a dinosaur toy.
what up?
Oh.
Hey, Angela.
Hi, Angela.
It's Mom.
Can't remember if they got Heather Langenkamp to do that voiceover or not.
That was fucking cool.
All right, I'm hoping there's more.
Don't quote me, but I do believe that Cecil Laird is working on a sequel.
I hope he is.
I also want to see more original content. But that's me. Okay, so Nico Hughes, yeah. I want to see who's in it.
Okay, sure.
Because I want to see what other names I recognize. I know Dave McRae. I know Dave McRae already.
Why'd you get good guy pajamas?
Ron Salone.
What? That looks like the good guy
Yeah.
pattern.
Kinda does.
Pajamas. Little sheriff badge, cowboy.
All right.
All right. Okay, I gotta admit that again they're a little too on the nose with the damn music. Never going to sleep again. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, I suppose we'll get into that here in a bit, won't we?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's start with Kefk.
What?
Did you like it?
Yeah.
All right, Dr. Functional.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're out having your.
Yes.
I keep forgetting that he goes and has a smoke once the movie stops. Uh-oh. Hang on. Got to plug in my mouse. So the battery charges. Tier, did you like it?
Oh, yeah.
All right. That leaves it to me. And, of course, I liked it. I recommended it for the show tonight. And that's only because I saw it as soon as it came out. So that's how soon I saw it. I knew it was coming out, and I went and looked for it. Kefk.
What?
What worked for you in this movie?
I thought that it looked like a Freddy, it felt like a Freddy, and it acted like a Freddy.
Okay, Dr. Functional, what worked for you in this movie?
Yeah, like the portrayal of the entity, because it's the entity, it's not Freddy, and the little subtle nods to not Friday the 13th, but Wes Craven's New Nightmare, because of course, trying to keep them separate, even though one is very referential to Friday, Wes Craven's New Nightmare is very referential because the entity takes the form. And that one line sealed the deal for me when the entity says sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, so good.
Yes. Tier, what worked for you in this movie?
Gotta be honest, it was the entity. Again, it looked like Freddy, it sounded like Freddy, and it moved like Freddy. And granted, some of the kills the kill was kind of weak, but still, it was Freddy.
Okay. I'm gonna agree with the rest of you on that. Dave McCrae nailed Freddy, not just in how he moved and how he spoke, but also, if you were paying attention, in how he didn't move.
Yes.
And the camera panned upward to where he was just standing there, and he wasn't moving, but he was standing there like it was Robert Englund in the makeup.
Yeah. He got the moves like England.
He didn't move like he not moved like England. That's the thing, at least in my brain. Let me get a sip of my liquid refreshment here because wow.
But you're right, because when you have something as iconic as Robert Englund playing Freddy, to be able to capture that is something very special that not a lot of people would be capable of doing. Even, somebody you might consider as a good character actor or something might not be able to capture the original interpretation by Englund. And that's why when there's a lot of these sequels and stuff where they don't use Robert, it becomes quite apparent. In the reboot, the actual Friday the 13th reboot, Nightmare on Elm Street did not. Yeah, sorry, Friday the 13th. What am I talking about? Did not really, and that's one of the biggest gripes I had about the movie. Why was he didn't capture England's portrayal, and when it's so established that that's his guy, Robert Englund is Freddy.
Exactly.
He created Freddy.
And we can't see any other actor play. Like, some roles are iconic, like, and so definitive. No one can play. No one will ever be able to play Captain Kirk. You can have as many Captain Kirk actors as you want. No one will ever beat fucking.
No one will ever capture the Shat.
Yeah, no one will ever capture Shatner, and so no one will ever capture Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger. You can line up a whole host of actors. They will never be Robert Englund.
I'm of two minds on that. I think Jackie Earle Haley was a great get to play Freddy Krueger. He's the guy who played him in the remake.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, he was in a shitty movie.
Yes.
And one of them, it was a reboot, okay? It was, so we can't apply Robert Englund physics, if you will, to Jackie Earle Haley playing in a reboot of the franchise as Freddy Krueger, because it becomes two different interpretations, and it's unfair to compare them in that way. Now, if it was Jackie Earle Haley playing Freddy Krueger in the universe that Robert Englund established, that's a different story. That's
fair enough,
because the parameters are different now, and we can compare on that basis legitimately, I think. But Dave McCrae, honestly, he did what probably 2, maybe 3% of the population of actors could in capturing Freddy.
Yes.
But let's move on to our next bit.
Hold on.
What? Oh, yeah, hit it.
I felt that way when they didn't cast Kane Hodder in the Freddy versus Jason. Kane is Jason.
You know what? There's a thing, and I kind of agree with you there. I mean, Kane Hodder wasn't Jason until part 7. And and he made Jason his own in a very not guttural. What's the word?
Visceral?
Visceral, thank you. Very visceral way. So that everyone sort of associates Kane Hodder with the part. Same is true for Robert Englund in the part of Freddy Krueger. it's like Tyr said, it is iconic. But it's funny because Freddy Krueger's an iconic character, Michael Myers iconic character, Jason Voorhees iconic character. But with Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees, you can rely on someone just being under the mask. But you'd have to not care that much about the character to do that.
It's also hard. It's also harder to play somebody under a mask. Excuse me. Especially something like a Jason or a Leatherface, because there's no emoting. Whereas
there is.
Hard. There is, but I mean facial emoting.
Facially, no.
in the typical acting way, because you have to, what you were alluding to, Mitch, you have to find other ways to emote through posture, through how your body moves, or in this case, doesn't move. And that is a completely different school of acting, which is why you see some big actors who, say what you want. Tom Cruise is a great actor.
Oh yeah,
he can really play and get lost into a role. Now, when he's put into that position where he has to either figuratively or literally be behind a mask like that, he's not so great. He doesn't have the same skill set as, look at somebody like Robert Englund. Now, that was going to be my next point of, even though he can still use facial emotes, it's more difficult because there's a whole bunch of prosthesis there. And you can't get a full range of motion. So you have to use other things like eyes, head tilt, those kinds of things.
I was going to mention, the Myers head tilt.
Yeah.
Angela, Robert Englund doesn't Robert Englund as Freddy. Their body language and general postures are completely different.
Right, because Robert Englund, when he's doing Freddy, isn't doing Robert Englund.
Yes.
No, he's getting right into that character.
Yeah.
Clown said he was the only one who wanted it. I'm assuming Kane Hodder.
Maybe.
I really, I love Kane Hodder as Jason Voorhees. I really do. But everybody's like, oh, well, he invented the fast walking. He invented the head tilt, like the Michael Myers similar head tilt and stuff. He didn't do that. He took a lot of those nods from C.J. Graham's Jason Voorhees. Yes, C.J. was actually the first one to do all that stuff, which I really like C.J. Graham's Jason Voorhees too. They're very, very similar. He put his own spin on it, yes, but a lot of that is, sorry.
Right.
I'm a nerd.
Oh, aren't we all?
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on. Kefk, what did not work for you in this movie?
The clickety. No, I'm not kidding. I wanted to rip freaking head off.
So it worked.
that was my thought. So it worked.
That's a good point.
Because I was with you. Like I find it just as annoying, but as Mitch was saying, there's going to be a point to this, and it was to facilitate.
No, you're right. I can't say that didn't work.
No, but I mean, if it does pass that, no, I can't say that because it's a horror movie. It's supposed to give you that visceral reaction of, I hate this, I'm uncomfortable, I'm scared. All these different sort of what we would typically call a negative emotion.
Dr. Functional, what didn't work for you in this movie?
So 2 quick things. One, obviously, the nitpicky thing of there were 5 slashes. He doesn't have the thumb claw. Whatever, it's fine. But I never get the feeling from Dylan that he's what so many actors have done before in the entirety of the series, and in fact, good horror altogether. You didn't get that in this case. The feeling that his, how can I put this? Like that he was losing sleep. You get sort of a little thing like he sort of fades out those couple times. But overall, he seemed a little too, how can I put, like too well adjusted.
Well, probably what they could have done was show him like taking sleeping pills. It would have did some credence.
You just And I mean, he obviously isn't well adjusted, so they were trying to show that, but through his portrayal of the character, maybe it's the writing. I don't know. We can't really say for sure unless we had them, the makers here. But it was just, I wanted more of that sort of, this guy's troubled, he's not sleeping very well, that same stuff that we get from all the sort of air quotes main characters throughout the Friday the 13th and Wes
Nightmare on Elm
Craven's New
Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Why do I keep doing that? Because you guys keep bringing up Jason, and I keep
Sorry.
Well, because a Nightmare. I'm sorry. Friday the 13th is easier to say than a Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah,
It is.
But Nightmare on Elm Street, like the characters, you definitely get, like, once things start rolling and the stuff starts happening, you really get that sense that these people are, like, they're just traumatized. And I get that he's gone from being a young lad to now his mom's been into. I get all these things, and he's trying super hard to be normal, but that doesn't really come across in the character. It's said and shown in the film, but I don't get I don't get that sort of same reaction from the character himself, and that's it's not even it's very nitpicky because I still think that he portrayed Dylan again fairly well. Like, it was good.
Tyr, you were about to say something?
Oh, I was gonna say, from everything I understand, like, it just started happening again. Like, so he could just have been what's the word I'm looking for?
Left alone for 30 years?
Yeah, it could have just not bothered him, and then but like the entity said, gone, but down or dead, but not gone forever. I'll come back, and I was just hibernating, or okay, you put me down. Okay,
I'm
and
back now. You hear? Sorry.
Yeah.
You
like
know?
Vigo and fucking Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah,
Death
you
is
know?
but a doorway,
Vigo
time but a window, I shall return. Or something to that effect. But otherwise,
So-
Jared, what didn't work for you in this movie?
Oh, go ahead. What didn't work for me was the psychiatrist. I get that she was supposed to be unlikable, but the clicking seemed to be more of a stress reaction for her. That's why she was doing it. So why was she stressed out when she was talking to him? She's supposed to be the calm, cool one, trying to get to the bottom of everything.
Yeah, I don't know about anyone else, but I never really picked up why she should be stressed out by him.
Yeah, I don't get that either. Like, if they say, he had a violent maybe he had a violent tendency, or he was prone to, like, lashes of anger when he's stressed, I could see her being nervous.
I got more of the feeling that she was just being impatient with him, or annoyed.
I get that too. But when Freddy, the entity, attacked her, she started clicking, like, rapidly.
Yeah.
So it's a sign that it's a stress reaction. Something she do to calm, or at least, like how people fidget.
Yes.
Well, sometimes folks can fidget. I have the similar fidgets, like when they're upset versus when they're scared versus when they're they're annoyed. It's all the same fidget.
Or when
It's a
they're
negative
bored.
emotion, so they're trying to
vent
it outwards.
Trying to vent it outward without saying, "Oh, this is boring the fuck out of me. Come on, get it." If they'd have explained that a little better, like maybe he's going to, like, he's a new patient, and she got shit to do.
I have to contradict you there a little bit.
Okay.
Because it's a fan film. It's a low budget fan film.
Yeah.
It's a
nitpick.
It's a short fan film too. So, I mean, it's we're talking about stuff that's going to take a lot of time to establish and pay off in so short a film.
True.
Yeah.
And you couldn't really do that unless she was the main focus of the whole film.
Fair enough.
And if
I just like how he killed her.
If this was a part of the, like, let's say it was a hour 45-minute feature, this did seem like a very condensed first act and a half.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what they had to work with, I thought was very, very well done.
Yes,
I mean,
me too.
granted, it's a nitpick.
Yeah, no, of course. It does allow us as the viewer to somewhat visualize in our brains and sort of fill in the gaps.
To project.
Yeah.
Into theorycraft. Because, again, what are we doing now? Why did she click on the pen? Theorycrafting.
Yeah.
Again, and my last gripe is the kill. Like, I disliked how he killed her.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that too when I get to it.
Yeah, like he could, like, again, when he cut off her arm, maybe he could have bashed her in the head with the pen. You know, click this bitch.
I thought he was gonna start like sticking the claws in her bloody stump. I don't know why I thought that. Maybe I've watched too many horror movies. I really thought he was gonna do that, and he didn't do it.
I thought he was going to get blood on it and lick it off, like he's.
Or you know what? You know what?
Like he's
take
Freddy
the
Krueger?
pen. Yeah, like take the pen and just like again smack her head like constantly. Kind you like clicking, huh? Click, 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 click.
That would have been funny.
I think he should have been mean about it. I've said this over and over when it comes to Freddy Krueger. I don't like it when
entity.
It is, but it's still Freddy Krueger.
True.
Even though the entity's just taken the form of Freddy Krueger, there's a lot of crossover in their personalities, evidently. Or at least from what we've seen as an audience between Dylan's New Nightmare and Wes Craven's New Nightmare. But I think because we're dealing with the entity rather than Freddy Krueger, then the entity should be more mean than quippy. That doesn't mean the quips go away, though. The quips still need to be there, but I think they need to be more mean-spirited. And
I mean, you can still have
I think
levity.
that's what's going to distinguish between the two.
Like when he cut the dream catcher, you can't catch me. And he, okay, that was fucking hilarious.
Well, it's not even hilarious. It's apropos. It works because it's apropos.
Yes.
Apropos.
Apropos. It means it's appropriate to the situation.
Clown writes the dumb pen and the length. I could happily watch another hour and 15.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Angela says
Andy
I will
really
definitely
good.
watch this when I finish catching up on Creepcast. Sweet. Clown says they should have shown more Dylan talked about the entity. The doctor's sleep should have been affected. Oh yes, so it sort of jumped to her.
Yeah, kind of.
It's anchored to him, but it tethers whoever he tells about. You like how Freddy worked in the original series.
Yeah.
I like that idea. And the last one, you want him to blow her head up with the pen like he did Ricardo with the chalkboard in Freddy's Dead.
Yes.
No.
Yes. That would be funny.
Okay. This is my nitpick.
Okay.
This is the thing that really didn't work for me. It all comes down to the glove. Beautiful design, by the way.
Agreed.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Cecil Laird designed that as well as writing and directing the film.
Okay.
I might have made that up in my own head, though. Don't quote me. But what kills me in this film all comes down to the glove, because it's too often used, even in the originals, in a manner that, like I said, the physics don't allow for it. But again, this is a demon. This is a monster. It's a creature of dreams. So with those rules, it works. But for my brain, the stab he did in the chest doesn't work, and the chopping off her arm as though he's Wolverine doesn't work. And those are things I would have done differently. But that's, like I said, this is getting nitpicky now, because we're talking about creative differences, and not even the kind of creative differences that causes Hollywood to fire everyone and reshoot a completed movie.
Oh no, I thought it was a great movie. I would like to see more of it. I thought they did. Really
Oh yeah, most
freaking
definitely. I would
well.
like to see more of it.
We'll get to that. But
Oh, sorry.
like instead, because that's the arm she did all the clickety click with, I would have liked to have seen that handled differently. Like maybe with his normal, I say normal, he's burnt to a crisp. With his ungloved hand, he manages to hold her down and hold her pen hand in a way that he can slice between the fingers or something with the glove.
Okay.
You know, again, focusing on how the glove should work in with normal laws of physics, and on the entity being more mean, because that's torturous, and what is torture but being mean? And then maybe just stabbing repeatedly in the back of the hand after that, because that's not a big stab murder thing, right? That's just a hurt somebody thing, and that's what Freddy is. Freddy likes to hurt people. In my head,
Well,
in my Freddy is a big meanie head.
Well, from what it seemed like, he ran out of time.
Well, yeah,
like,
probably.
So if he had, like, again, you hear the alarm go off and goes, oh, and he kills her.
They had to kill her before she woke up, or he would have probably lost chance.
Yeah, before Dylan woke up. So I guess.
Oh, Dylan, pardon.
But
well, and even then, instead of doing that stab through the chest thing, because my brain says those blades cannot penetrate sternum. You know, it's quite effective to sever the carotid artery just under the left ear.
I thought that's
Shit,
what
let
he
her
was
bleed
gonna
out.
do, is slice her throat.
Yes. He should have done the first half of a Colombian necktie, starting with the carotid artery under the left ear and going to the jugular on the right.
Shit, no, he should have left it. He should have cut off the arm and left it there. That the amount of blood loss from losing your arm should kill you if you don't get any type of
She
help.
had her arm when the alarm went off, though. I noticed that her arm was miraculously back.
No,
but remember, in my
looked
version
like
of
it.
this scenario, she doesn't lose the arm.
Okay, that's true.
It looked like her sleeve. Maybe it was just her sleeve then.
Unless he gets up under like the elbow and the armpit and shoulder and like severs tendons too. Then she effectively loses the arm, but it's still physically attached. But let's move on.
Good.
What?
I said that would be another good way of torture.
Well, yes, because she's torturing us with that fucking pen the whole time. Come on, let's have a nice, mean Freddy Krueger way of getting back at her. Kefk, would you recommend this movie?
Yeah, definitely.
Dr. Functional, would you recommend this movie?
Definitely.
Dear, would you recommend this movie?
Oh, yeah.
Unanimous. I, too, would recommend this movie. In fact, I brought it up to watch tonight. So everyone go watch this movie.
I would definitely say, like, you have to first watch, Wes Craven's New Nightmare and then watch this, because obviously, as Tyr pointed out, you want to be able to fill in the blanks, and just jumping into this, you might be like, okay, well, this is an example of how to do good filmmaking, but I'm kind of lost on the context of things.
The context, yes.
Yes, because it is important to make the distinction between A Nightmare on Elm Street, the series of A Nightmare on Elm Street films, and Wes Craven's New Nightmare. They are distinctly different.
Yes.
And this is a sequel to Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Philip didn't need to go out the window either, but he took the swan down, didn't he? All right. So, want to introduce the next film, Mitch?
Sure. This next one is a Saw fan film called He Helped Me.
Saw that coming. I'm sorry.
And you had to. This is one I've never seen before. And I'm kind of curious as to how they handle a Saw fan film.
From everything I've read about this one, when it's done in the style of a documentary, so I can't wait.
Oh, really?
All right.
Horror movie. I cannot hear the horror movie. Wait, sorry.
I usually wait till I see lips move with no sound.
Warning.
Warning.
The following feature contains adult content and is designed for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
You sound like the movie guy.
We take no responsibility for the state of your heart condition during the watching of this film.
I checked my heart medicine.
God, I hate the nanny state.
I have to run to the bathroom before I soil myself in the morning.
Ooh, look at the pretty green light bulbs. Look at the pretty green CGI light bulbs. That's pretty.
One, two,
Firefly
Jigsaw's coming for you.
Bright light. Those are not very bright lights. False advertisers.
Light bright.
Light bright, light bright.
Went from green light in the light bulb to red light entertainment. Bright light pictures.
Light blind pictures.
Air Conditioning Studios. Cristos Profanos.
I wonder if that's film footage.
Help me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it is film footage.
Shawnee Smith and Danny Glover.
Dan Glover.
He helped me.
He helped me.
Yep.
He helped.
I've been helped.
This is the city. Oh wait, I did that in the last movie.
Which Jigsaw killer?
Where they got like homicidal trap stores now. Numerous reports of games being discovered.
John Kramer's work. I can see a cult of Jigsaw appearing.
Yeah.
You know,
This is a lot of reading.
it is.
Yeah.
They were tested by John Kramer or someone else.
Biff Billingsley?
We are here today with a survivor. It is just a few months after his
Someone's
test by John
reading!
Kramer, the infamous Jigsaw Killer. Please tell us your name and a few things about you.
Wow.
I'm One-Eyed Willie.
My name is Dr. Alexander Stolberg. I work at Angel Mercy
Give me
Hospital.
the treasure.
Me and my patient Raymond were tested by what the media
He was
calls,
just walking past in the hallway. I saw
monster.
him. That was the same actor.
but personally to
funny.
me, I think he's a glorified genius. I am talking about the Jigsaw Killer.
Why do you think
about your
Jigsaw chose you,
awful
Alexander, to be a part of his game?
Your guess is as good as mine, man. From what I've read on blogs, the newspaper, and from
Who
cases
decided
that
on
I've
this
seen
camera angle?
that have landed in the
Yeah,
hospital.
he helped me in the Christmas story.
Usually the people with the background that have usually been tested
Yo,
are drug
poke
addicts
your
and
eye
suicidal
out.
freaks.
Yo,
Now,
poke your...
I personally never used drugs in my life, which
That's what
I'm
happened to him.
happy
He shot his
for.
eye out.
I hope that stays that way, but I'll cut
Is
to
he
the
talking
chase.
to the Christmas tree?
I'm a horrible person. I have
Yeah.
Is the Christmas tree interviewing him?
I have
He's
betrayed
making
so
an
many
episode?
people when they helped me.
I think so, yeah.
Each time they've done a favor for me for my own benefit, I just
The Christmas tree
just
needs a priest.
drop them under a bus,
I need an adult.
and I just watch them try to run after getting run
Give
over like they're
me
just
the
magical
pen,
super Olympic runners.
What was the premise of your test?
My test, if you will,
Don't get me started, Angela.
it involved me having a task to save 5 people that I have fucked over in the past. And if I saved them, I'd lose a piece of myself. As Jigsaw said to me, an eye for an eye.
Wait a
I
minute.
remember I woke up in this insane asylum, and I'm a doctor, but I was not familiar with this place at all.
That
And I
makes
just remember once
no
I got
sense.
out, I didn't care
Let the
where
camera quality
exactly
change?
I was. I
No.
was just happy
Jigsaw
to
would
even
never
breathe
endanger 5 people
fresh air after
to
leaving
teach
this
one
place.
guy a lesson.
From the
Oh,
looks
yeah,
of it,
yeah.
I can only see that your right eye is missing. So you only saved one person?
I saved 2 people that night, and as a result, it gave me physical scarring to my body and soul. One
It's
cost
true.
me
This
my
man
eye,
has no dick.
and one cost me my ring finger. The 2 people I saved were my nurse, Jake. He covered me multiple times
was
from
your
the
wife,
hospital
right?
and protected me and covered my back on several occasions. And I have utmost respect and
Utmost
still
respect.
did him dirty.
Alright, okay.
Another one that I saved
So
was
essentially,
the love of my life.
Told you, his wife, because his ring
Rachel.
finger gone. See how
You know,
clever I am.
she recently gave birth to a girl recently.
She recently gave birth to a girl recently.
9 months before my experience.
I don't think Jigsaw would endanger a
My
pregnant
baby
woman.
girl's not going to see me as a normal guy anymore.
Well, she wasn't pregnant. It was 9 months before it happened, he said.
The insurance guy, Jigsaw, put others
How I
in
saved
danger
my
for
wife
him to make a choice
Was
who to let
I
them.
saw her hanging from a platform,
Oh.
and
I
I had
never
to
watched too
put
many
my
of the songs. I
hand
watched the first
in
one,
this
but it got
box,
too much like a...
and I had to press down on the
Felt too
button.
much like I was watching the dark web.
What I didn't know when I
For
pressed
your
down the
stream or
button,
something
it
like
said
that.
it was a metal piece.
This
sliding
dialogue.
Not as much as
And-
Hostel. Hostel really felt like that
The
movie.
rest was history.
The dialogue does not fit what the
Love hurts
character
at
is
the end of the
supposed to
day.
be.
Yes, he's supposed to be
I guess
this
I found
highly
out too late.
intelligent doctor.
He's supposed to be a doctor, but
Of course.
he's
You must know that more and more
use of
survivors
language is
are
redundant
coming out
and
of basically hiding, telling us that
maybe
wildly
Jigsaw helped them. Do you feel the same way?
mispronounced.
Yes,
Maybe he got PTSD and
definitely.
it's affecting his brain.
Maybe.
I wasted so much of my life. I used to be so
If this is
ungrateful,
far
and
enough
I didn't
after
realize
that,
until it was
he's
too late.
in
Would the world
released
sleep better
from the
knowing that I
insane
did not have been
asylum.
rolling
He
in my
swung
grave?
past
Absolutely.
past the
The world
bandages
would have moved on.
and got in the glass
Life goes
eye or
on.
patch
That's a good
face.
point,
Yeah.
But
Angela.
I had to
Yeah.
sacrifice parts of myself to get redemption. Now I see that as another way to keep on living. You know?
What do you think
You know?
of John Kramer?
I think Halloween
John
USA wasn't
Jigsaw,
open yet.
the
And he couldn't
Boogeyman,
afford to
whatever
go
you
find a
want to
real
call
life
it, he
patch
should have gotten
elsewhere.
Uh-oh, I
faster
see his
than he
eye.
should have.
I saw
I
his
worked
eye
at
in
the
that one
hospital
as
with
well.
Dr. Gordon, his oncologist, and Dr. Lindenlin. John
These are
Gordon
pictures I
looked
printed from the
chemotherapy,
internet.
and he had an
Yeah,
inoperable
he
brain
looked
tumor.
fake in that.
But
He
the
looked like
problem is, we didn't react.
ripped from a
Nobody
game.
reacted fast enough, so his
He
condition
flubbed his line.
deteriorated to the point where chemo
Wow.
was not working, and whatever we prescribed him, he was pretty much on death row immediately.
Death row? You mean
But
death's door?
his ideology, if you really think about it, everybody
Death's
is a
row.
puzzle piece.
Death's row is where
Like we
No.
all
the
we try to
murderers-
find a
Death's
purpose
door.
in our world,
He was on death's door.
and we're to a bigger game of his.
Okay, now it's getting on my nerves.
Each person is like
He
Look,
flubbed
it's
his line
one of these
again.
an
fingers under the
individual.
bandage.
We all fit into
Oh
a
no, you saw
different
fingers
puzzle.
under the bandage.
It's crazy to think. Like
It
it
is crazy
sounds
to
dumb,
think.
but if you go through what I did, you would agree with me.
Oh, I thought that was saying he was being a baby and crying.
I gotta go. Listen, this interview is over, man. All right.
Okay, later, Tater.
Alright, okay.
Oh,
Alright.
Oh no! Oh no! Not the reading again.
Ah, don't make me reeb.
And
Don't make me reeb!
Angela, don't get me started.
okay, alright. So
I mean,
Jigsaw
and
endangered
forever,
5 lives to teach one guy a lesson. And he targeted him because the guy was a dick to his co-workers.
Catherine Collins suffered from child abuse when she was around 5 years old. Her life didn't get any better after that. When Catherine was 10, she was taken from her mother and put into a foster home. She never ended up getting
That's where the
adopted.
Fosters live?
Catherine left the foster home when she was 18.
My life was never easy, really. Leaving my mom, going to foster home. To this day, I still remember everything.
When Catherine was 22, she quickly became addicted to drugs. She went to
What did she say?
rehab multiple times
Going to rehab is a good experience, but it never really helped my drug addiction.
Soon
Stop
after
mumbling.
her rehab visits, she came into contact
It didn't
with
help
the
her drug
Jigsaw
addiction,
Killer.
she said.
I remember leaving the building, going to my car.
Oh, can't turn up anymore.
I was knocked out cold.
No, it's
From
not that
whatever
she's too
sleeping
quiet.
drug
She's
Jigsaw
mumbling.
Killer was using. I woke up in a house, like an old house. It was a house that I grew up in.
Catherine's father was never really around.
This
Neither
is
was any of her family.
Waking up in that
this
house
is the movie I
never
made with my out of work high school
There was a
friends.
tape beside me. It said
2 years after graduation.
I pressed play, and it was him, the Jigsaw Killer's voice. He said that I ruined my life, wasting it all on drugs. He told me that reliving memories could be good, but it could also ruin my life. Jigsaw then said that the house has been laced with toxic gas, and the only way to keep myself from inhaling it was
I
through my
can't figure out if
mouth.
she's mumbling in Australian or not.
You wasted your life with drugs and stuff. Let's forget about that you had a traumatized past and childhood and everything was gobshite. I'm gonna fix you by putting your life in danger and telling you that you wasted your life with drugs.
Reviewing a certain antidote.
That's gonna fix everything. Ho ho ho! How smart,
20 minutes later.
dumbass.
Oh my God, is it
Catherine's
Australian?
lungs are damaged from the toxic gas from her old house.
Sorry.
Jigsaw's gas was identified as a non-lethal gas. Catherine currently has to use an inhaler.
I'm
to keep her
incapable
lungs
of
healthy.
emitting a non-lethal gas.
I can't run too much because then my lungs start to hurt.
Good for your heart.
But I've been
More
drug free
eating,
for 7 months
more
now.
fart.
I
More
visit
fart
my
to
mom's
bury
grave every month. Thanking her for
She's
doing
reading the
this
dialogue off a
and caring
computer
for
screen,
me.
off a laptop
Okay.
screen or
Jigsaw
something.
taught me to be grateful.
Wait a minute. All right. So when did Jigsaw
mom
start
did what she
becoming
And Jigsaw showed me that.
a therapist?
I wish she was still here with me today.
Yeah, I got nothing, man.
Jigsaw's message still runs through my head every day. I guess you could say
Hard
I hate to
exercise and
say that
Diamantis.
this is sucking because they put the heart and effort into trying to make
Yeah,
a movie. And I hate to say this is bad, but it's not very good. But I appreciate that they put the effort and stuff. I couldn't do it any better than this.
Well, you know,
But
my theory, Kefk, is I give points for completing the project.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
do too. But it doesn't. Just because you put your heart and soul doesn't mean criticism. Criticism helps you become better.
Right, and this is bad, but I don't want to. But that part of the review process, I don't want to be mean about it, and I want to be constructive, and I don't want to discourage them from learning to do better and making more stuff.
yeah. See, that's.
I mean, there are good points. Like,
But it's hard. This time it's hard. I'm sorry.
I don't know if I can do this, man. Fuck. Okay.
So all the energy we spent on trying to nitpick stuff like Dylan's New Nightmare to find
My
something
name
to
is
fill that, to
You don't
answer
need to
that
worry about
question.
my last name.
I think this is going to be like the reverse of that.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot.
We're going to try to nitpick to find the good stuff.
What, did you think I'd have some kind of trophy for this? Hell no. All I got was 6 months in the ICU, 2 years of physical therapy with 2 fucked up legs. I lost my ability to walk. This motherfucker right here, John Kramer.
Another picture I got from the internet.
The Jigsaw Killer. That's right. I survived this game. When I first started this little documentary, I didn't realize people were out there actually thanking him for what happened to them. What do you think I'm gonna do? That's what I think of Jigsaw. Fuck him. He doesn't teach anybody anything. He tortures people. He's a piece of shit, and I'm glad he's dead. Fuck him. Fuck his games. Fuck him. Alright. Hold on.
Okay,
Wait, before I fucking lose it.
Where's the
Y'all wanna
pighead
hear a
person
story,
who's going to come
right?
up behind him with a
How
stick?
did I survive his game? I mean, that's what I'm here for.
His
And they're
anger
paying
is
me,
fake.
So shit, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. But let me just say right off the bat, the game that I was in was no cakewalk, literally. So I first encountered Johnny years ago. It happened by chance, really.
His hair is
Wow, you look
distracting me.
Funny how that should happen.
He has tall man
Anyway,
hair.
Fun little fact about me.
His hair
I was a
looks
fucking
like.
thief for years. That's right. I stole shit.
Is it over?
Money,
No.
Jewelry, upgrade, a car here, a car there.
He looks like he's trying to sub some of the orbs.
Yeah, I'm not talking about weed.
Pants had some hair going on.
Turns
It looks to me like
can be very lucrative for a thief.
it looks to me like Prince Valiant's hair found the wrong guy.
So,
Oh yeah, well, look, Angus Scribb's haircut was kind of like that in Phantasm, which I love Angus Scribb.
Angela, could she read her lines
I
a
was
little?
at the pharmacy, ready to run to
She flat read her lines a little bit more.
The last few orders are being filled.
And
Some days
then
it's a
Clown
good
goes,
stuff, some days it's shit.
is anyone
That day
actually
it
going
turned
to
out
be
be an Nazi
tested in this? It's
As
just
I
an
was at the
AA meeting
pharmacist talking to
for
this old woman
Jigsaw
at the beginning,
victims.
Jigsaw
I realized
victims,
that,
yeah. I think it is just
that's
an
a drug that I
AA
can
meeting
sell.
for.
So I wait till she leaves the store, follow her to her car, and jump her as she tries to get in.
So what, he's admitted to crimes?
It wasn't clean work, I get it. It was fucked up. But that's what I did for money back then. So I grabbed her purse, and she hit the ground. Hard. I hadn't realized how hard until I saw her eyes roll into the back of her head.
I
just
hope you didn't
froze,
start
man.
Australian
I didn't want to
breakdancing.
hurt her like that. I just wanted her shit. I'm still staring
just
at her. This
wanted
old
your
dude comes
shit?
rushing
What?
up from behind me. I step out of the way and clock him.
That's
He hits
not
the
how you
ground.
No, he-
do that.
Our eyes meet momentarily.
He wanted her shit.
Rushing down. the
Oh,
alleyway, clutching that purse like it's the.
I guess he figured his own shit was impure.
I thought that he said he
find
just
out
wanted
later
to
that
shit.
night, the
I'm like,
old
boy,
woman
you
was
go
rushed to the
steal a car,
hospital
drive
with
to the
head
next
trauma.
available
They said it
bathroom.
was a miracle that she survived. The dude who came to her rescue, he was there picking up his meds. He stayed with her till the police and paramedics arrived. The news only identified him as John.
Looks like he was getting ice cream with ice
6 or
cream.
7 months passed. I'm still doing
I don't know where they're getting
It all
the
comes to an end with the cops banging on my
stock
door
footage
and me being
inserts.
in cuffs.
Yeah.
Stock footage.
Well, one of
3
them
years
looked
in
like a
state
drug
for theft and selling
commercial for
narcotics.
like
I probably
Tylenol or
should've gotten
something.
Yeah.
more. That and
But
I got out in a year.
I will say they're
Good
making good
behavior,
use
I
of some of that stuff.
That and overcrowding. So I adjust back to normal life. I pick up a hustle
cuts
here, a
from
hustle
camera
there,
quality were throwing
but
me off,
nothing
though.
like what I was doing
Yeah.
before.
I would have gingered
I
up
mean, that
everything
old woman kept
to make
popping
it all
in my
fit
head,
together.
You know? That and I didn't want to go back to jail either.
He is speed reading
So
his
one
lines
night,
because the
I'm at this
waves
bar
are
drinking,
about to break.
Getting
He's to
close
grab
with this
his
chick.
boy.
Amy or some shit. I can't remember her name at this point, but we're getting pretty
probably
close,
the
and
filmmaker.
It turned out that she liked the party the way that I did.
Could be.
So
Look at
we
that
snuck
big
out the
ol'
back
ice cube.
door, headed to her car.
That's not an ice cube. That's an ice brick.
As I tried to get in, I got knocked the fuck out. I come to in this factory.
Why is he wearing a robe like
My
fur top?
arms are outstretched. They're chained to these machines. I look down. My legs are free, but in front of them are these two big traps. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I start screaming for help, and that's when this figure steps out of the darkness and into the light. And I really start freaking the fuck out, man, because it's wearing this long black robe and this oversized pig mask, and it's walking right
From Halloween Express.
It's
I
holding
know
this
that
tape
big
player in its
mask.
gloved hand, and before I can ask who the fuck it was, it
That's
hit
the
play,
pig man Kramer saw in the hospital on
and I heard
Seinfeld.
my name. Hello, Joel. I'd like to play a game.
No, he's acting. It's not that bad if he just wasn't rushing.
I'm gonna spare you the details. All I knew was I was pretty fucked. Everything that I'd ever done was
It
on that
definitely
video.
adds a lot to it, yes.
According to the pig in the
So he's
voice,
doing pretty good.
I was a piece of shit, and I was about to get tested. I thought I was gonna die, but instead, I was given a choice.
Choice.
For years, you have damaged the lives of others, taken advantage of those most vulnerable, unable, even for a day, to walk in their shoes and teach yourself true empathy. Now,
What's the guy's name? The Saw guy with John what? Simmons? Clipper? Kramer?
Kramer.
John Kramer.
Like Seinfeld,
you
Kramer.
have lived a life unworthy of the
John
nobility
Kramer
that you now possess.
really got around.
Today,
I know,
you
right?
must decide
For a guy who
which
had
set
all
of
the
limbs
cancer.
are most precious to you. How much
Well,
damage
he
your
had
body can afford.
he had helpers.
The
I remember
choice
correctly.
is yours. I had 2 of these in front of me. Bastard wanted me to voluntarily
Look at our
put my legs
traps.
in, one right after the other. If I didn't do this within 30 seconds, the machines that were chained to my arms would rip them out of their sockets. I'm not gonna lie, I started begging like a little bitch. I didn't want to do what they're asking me to do. Nobody would. But the pig just calmly walked over to the control panel and flipped the switch, and the machines came to life. I glanced at a clock sitting at a rotted desk near it, and I realized that if I didn't do something, I wasn't gonna make it.
He had a bunch of frequent flyer mouths. He had to get room for the cancer got him.
Yeah, there you go.
So do you wanna know what I did?
No, not
I
really.
stared that pig right in
Made
his
a bad
eyes,
movie?
and I shoved one of my legs into one of those bear traps. I heard a snap, and immediately
Scream
my leg
like a
felt it was
woman,
on
like a
fire.
stock
I
sound
only had
woman.
moments. Trying not to puke, I shoved my other leg into the other bear trap. At this point, both of my legs are nearly cut off. I start losing consciousness, but the last thing I remember was the chains loosening from my arms before the other machine spun right around. I wake up in the hospital.
Right round, baby, right
I was
round.
put in a medical
Like a
movie.
torture device.
I was
Right,
alive,
right,
but
right,
I was never
right.
gonna walk again. The doctors were amazed that I survived, given the amount of blood that I had lost.
You go gimping
Even
around on a
more amazing
skateboard
was
these
that I
days,
helped
fella?
alive when it did.
Mm.
According to the police,
You
somebody
ain't
tipped
going
them off.
surfing no more.
As fucked up as it sounds, Kramer wanted me to be found. Still don't
Gonna
get
be
it.
catching them waves.
So yeah.
I'm
that's
kind
my
of
fucked
annoyed
up
that
survivor
this is
story.
a yellow room.
So did I learn some kind of
Yeah.
lesson from Jigsaw?
It's the lighting.
I'd be
Yeah, I
lying.
know, but it's
Needs white
I've done
light.
some pretty horrible
it's
things.
not the
got-
choice I would
I
have
made
made.
some really bad
It
decisions.
looks like it's got
But
the
what he
old
did
light
was
bulbs,
evil.
not the phosphorescent. Yeah,
If you say that you want to help
It,
people,
it's. I think it's the angle of the camera.
I think it's a
Phosphorescent.
post-production
sure as hell
filter.
will tear them to pieces.
Yeah.
I really think
But-
it's phosphorescent lighting, though. I used to have old
So did,
bulbs like that
Jigsaw
and make
help
your room
me?
look yellow.
No.
No, I think
The
it's
law
the angle of the
We have
camera. I
As far
dislike.
as I'm concerned,
Camera
Jigsaw's not the
exposed.
messiah there's fans.
Angle of the camera can't change
He's
the color of
exactly
light.
what the media says.
No,
he
no,
is.
I don't know. I'm not
Sick
talking about the lighting
murderer.
myself. I'm just saying it's the angle of the camera that I just like
So,
this
yeah,
shot.
My name is Joe,
I despise this.
and I'm a Jigsaw survivor. I know, he didn't help me. I hope he burns in hell.
Wow, tell us how you really feel.
On
Yeah.
the release of this documentary, Joel has not responded to any of the producers, pardon. The reason as to why remains unknown.
Because he's fucking unhappy.
Dun, dun, dun. The piggy got him.
There-
Vincent Price, a private. Wait.
Michael Price.
The bad use of language exists in these in this textbook that we're reading now as well.
That was pretty musical.
Wow, what a
My
widow's
name's
peak
Michael
that
Price.
is.
Yeah.
That's a
I'm a
vampire's.
Jigsaw
Well, that's a
survivor.
Dracula. Bela Lugosi's widow peak. That's impressive.
This
Yeah.
is Blackula
That's-
Returns.
That
I'm one of the
is
lucky ones that got to
unnatural
keep
haircut.
breathing
No one
after being
cut their
tested
hair in
by
that
these sadistic
level.
games.
It's
The strange thing is, I wasn't
in
even
order to
tested
make
by
him
John
look
Kramer
older,
himself,
they cut his hair
or
in that
even one of
manner.
his well-known apprentices carrying out his legacy.
Because his hair wouldn't
That
be
was-
received that far back
I
if
was
he's
tested
got
by
that
someone
long of
else.
dreads, would it?
Oh yeah,
Nope.
You gotta have a
know
lot of hair to
I've
get
seen
the twisted
shit.
and dreads.
Well,
I have
it's not
tried
even
to
that.
shit
You
and
can
cut
clearly
the hair.
tell that.
Insight on
You can
just
clearly
who
tell
the
that
heck
they
I am.
cut his hair
Yeah.
because you can see the marks. See?
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, yeah.
I work for the police
I was also
department
going to
as a
say that
case
doesn't look like a
I'm a
synthetic
private
extension either.
investigator,
That actually
and
looks like
I
it's
offer
real
my
hair.
services
Real
to
dread.
police on a regular basis.
The way it knots up.
It's a good career, and it gives me a chance to actually help.
Because why not just cut the
I
whole thing
specialize in
and go
missing
bald?
person cases, and
Oh.
it's not that sleazy stuff like
Much longer is this?
spying on a cheating spouse
Poor
or
Mitch
something
Lee.
like that.
Oh
It's-
god.
We can do it, Mitch. We can do it.
About a year ago, I get a call from someone at the PD. This grizzled cop named Holly,
His acting's not that bad.
real swell guy.
His acting's
yeah.
pretty good, actually. Not
He
you.
was
Not
as
you.
tough as nails detective who was
My
just as shady as
concern
the people
is
that he was
that
after.
He looks like he means what
Turns
he's
out he's
saying
working on this developing.
and not reading.
I
I
was
think
shocked when he
Jigsaw
told me
is
what's
playing a
going
game
on.
with us by us watching this
We're
movie.
thinking it's a
Probably. I know it's
Looks like
taken
Jigsaw's
off
back
years
from
of
the
my
dead.
life. Sorry.
But he's
sorry.
not. We've been given no
John Kramer,
instructions on how to
the
make it
infamous
stop.
Jigsaw killer? But he had been
We
dead for a decade.
must.
And the last I
must
heard, his apprentices
gouge
were
her.
either
Wait,
dead.
In the street.
Everybody knew Amanda
Clown
Young
says it
was
seems like the
dead.
whole
That monster
room
Hoffman was probably
with
rotting
lack
for
of
all we
decor.
knew.
And
Yet Hoffman
Angela
was telling me that
says
bodies were turning up.
the angle of the camera is why it's so
Of a new
dark.
deadly
The
game.
yellow light is the reason you use a bastard amber cell instead of a plain old yellow one.
He gave me a few
with
other
a yellowish
details.
glow.
One, that John
No.
Kramer's body had mysteriously vanished, replaced with the body of Edgar Munson. It was all too
Edgar
bizarre.
Munson.
I knew that there was no way that Jigsaw, the real Jigsaw, was alive. His body was found by investigators, so it had to be a copycat.
I
tried to
like
provide
this.
more information
This
out of
actor
Detective
here
Holland, but he cut me
seems
off.
like he's trying to act.
Listen, Michael,
He
just
is.
shut
That's
up
what I
for a
was
minute.
saying. He's actually
Nobody
doing
knows
real.
you're in
He
on
looks
this.
like he
It's
means
supposed to
what
be
he's
hush-hush
saying
shit.
99%
I'm
of
in
the
charge of
time.
this one, and I'm
He's
working
not
with a
doing
set of
bad.
people
He's doing
exclusively.
very good.
But I need
So
someone
far.
on the outside.
I hope it
So
keeps
far,
up.
Something
Mitch.
isn't adding
So
up.
far.
I need you to follow someone for me. It's this guy
What
named
the hell was this?
The call dropped. Just like that. And that was the last I ever heard from him. It didn't take long for me to see the news reports of the Jigsaw killer's return. The press were all over this thing now. I went to go to the station and go see Holleran to see who he wanted me to follow, but Holleran had gone MIA. But things got even weirder.
Holler.
The next few days was a circus, to say the least. From what was released by the police, Holleran,
This is what's weirding me
the cop
out
in
is
charge
now
of
we
bringing
got
in
a
John
guy with an
Kramer's
American
ghost,
accent.
was actually the copycat. They found all sorts of incriminating evidence suggesting he was the one pulling the strings behind
He's
the
a
new
cop,
game.
right? Supposed to be?
Private eye.
the private investigator.
They even found skin samples cut into the shape of jigsaw pieces in his freezer. Man, it was messed up. But he was nowhere to be found.
Make it a skin suit.
The police were
Where's
now on the
Jigsaw
hunt.
puzzle?
But
Silence
a part of me
it.
knew something was
Jigsaws.
up. Look, Halloran was a cop that bent the law so much it might snap. But a sadistic murderer? So why reach out to me? To have a twisted game of cat and mouse with him? What
Now
was
they
his
doing
motive
spiral.
of having me involved?
No one ever talks
That music
about a
sounds
twisted...
like the intro music
Whatever
to the
was going
Silver
on,
Surfer
I was
NES
down with
game.
it.
Dun, dun,
But nobody knew.
How come no one ever
So I
talks about a
thought.
twisted game of cat and dog?
After trying to track down Holland on my own for a few weeks, and while the police were trying to piece together the modus
I
operandi
don't
of their
know.
new
It's Tom and
jigsaw
Jerry's
killer,
fault. You've seen how
my house
twisted they
was
are.
broken into.
I love Tom and Jerry.
Angela, I said I was the
I was
lighting director
terrified.
in high school and a little bit
Was
in
it
college,
Holland?
and
He would have been the
this
only
one
one who knew
is
that I thought
this one
something
is
was up.
just an
But then again,
under-decorated room with standard
Off
lamp
the record at that.
with a landscape
An-
kicking off.
Angela,
trying to
it
put my
was
place
just, I
back
was
together,
right. It was one
I
of
get
those
jumped.
old-timey, not old-timey,
barely
I
had a
say like
chance to react before I get
1980s,
slammed into the
1990s,
wall and I
early
feel something
90s
get
light
injected
bulbs
into
that
my
just
neck.
because they give off that
It wasn't
yellow
long after that I
light,
passed out.
right? Because that's what it looked
Yeah.
like to me. It would look like the light
I
whenever I
woke up to
take
the
pictures
sound
in
of
my
sobbing
room.
behind me.
Clown, I agree.
I raised my head, which
I agree
took a
too,
great
but we
deal of
have
effort.
Yeah.
our
As I opened my eyes,
our
I saw that my
system
head
is
was
the
encased in
shortest
some
one's
bird-like
first
contraption.
and the
with
longest
spikes
one last
needling
if we have more than one
perilously close to
film
my
we're
head.
looking at.
That's a neat looking
Starting to
knife.
panic, I stood up, and I felt something unhook from the back of the apparatus on my head. I spin around and see this woman on the floor with the same apparatus on her head.
Apparatus.
Although hers is a
Apparatus.
true
Dreaded
box-like
apparatus.
design with knives crisscrossing her face. I approach her, and I see that there's a cord connecting our devices together, trailing to a small metal box on our left. She's bawling her eyes out, and she's still sitting down. She must have noticed something that I unfortunately did not, because now she's yelling at me. No. Oh God, you idiot.
Okay,
You
that
just started
was
it.
bad.
I didn't fully understand what she meant until I heard a loud buzzing and a voice crackle overhead. Hello, Michael. Hello, Natalie. I want to play a game.
Hello, Waldo. Hello, Joe.
Hello, Diane. Take a look at these swatches.
Hello, Joe?
That's recording something, more text, something. Something, something entirely. For this confirms something, something by somebody else in some other place with some other whatcha.
Hello, Michael. Hello, Natalie. I want to play a game.
Hello, Michael O'Malley.
The rules are simple, and the game even simpler. One of you is innocent, the other is guilty. Fate has brought you both here for one purpose, to allow the truth to set you free. The device attached to your heads is connected to a timer of 3 minutes. When the clock
As
hits
much as
zero,
I love the audio
device
cassettes,
will become
you would have
pressurized
clear
and
recordings
fire
on
a
CD.
pin into your brain, piercing your skull completely and ending your just and unjust existences for good. To avoid this scenario, one of you must allow yourself to be disfigured enough to save both yourself and your cellmate. There is a lever on the side of the device that must be cranked manually.
A what?
A lever.
A lever. Yeah, lever. This is a British person. A
Just
lever.
like those whose lives have been ruined by your ugly, deceptive ways.
By
Or
your
else you
ugly,
and Michael will never see the outside of this room again.
Lodi, is it lever or
Live a
lever?
life at the expense of your own. Make your choice.
It was like those tapes that I heard all those years ago, made available on the dark web on
Yeah, you want to stick
Jigsaw
your pinky
rules.
up in there and say, lever.
Whether they were doctored or not, it made no difference. It sounded like John Kramer.
Enter password.
As I listened to him speak, the woman seemed to quiet down as well. He was telling us
Sorry,
the
I'm
rules.
sorry. I'm kind of
Jesus
bored. I'm
Christ.
sorry. I'll shut
We were
up.
in one of his traps.
Who isn't?
Yeah, this one is.
No sooner than the message had concluded
I
that I heard the
can't
faint
pay
ticking at the base
attention
of my
to
skull.
it. It's really
I
on
stared at the
best to
woman.
me.
Natalie,
I know this one is
I knew I wasn't messing anybody's life
this one is
up, man.
harmful.
I was helping find missing people. I looked at Natalie, and her face said it all.
You know what? It's better that we
Fuck
did
no. I am
Dylan's
not
New
who that
Nightmare
psychopath
first,
says I am, she screamed.
because
I held up my hand.
people
trying not to
would probably
exacerbate her
sit through
emotional
that
instability.
and watch her
Listen,
scream.
I told you.
Yeah.
You know he knows
But
something
this,
about you.
Why am I
About us.
having to read this
We don't
again?
have
Why
much
all the
time.
reaping?
Natalie looked
No
at me,
more
her
read.
eyes tearing up.
well, it's worse than just reading
I'm
because
not a
now
bad person.
it's reading with a
It's just
voiceover.
my job.
Yes.
I'm a fucking tabloid columnist. I steadied my breathing, realizing we were losing precious seconds on the minute. It felt as if a minute had already passed.
Don't shut up.
Natalie, I
Don't shut
help
up.
find
It
missing
helps.
people.
I'm
That's what
analyzing
I
the
do.
friggin' lighting.
But I'm no saint. Sometimes I have to dig up dirt too.
Angela doing the technical
You
analyzing
have a
on this
choice now,
thing.
though. You can help save me, so I'm not one of those people that go missing.
Technically, I'm
I know it will hurt,
measuring the value in drinking a
I
full
know.
bottle of NyQuil.
but you have to do
Yes, this one.
or we'll
Will
both
help
die.
you get yours.
Okay.
Please.
I want to like this
You can
one. I
get us
really
out.
do, but this is kind of hard.
Yes, same. Like I said, I appreciate the effort that went into it. It's
I'm
just,
trying to talk
Yes.
into
I
this
don't
risen
know.
react,
I can't focus on
but
it.
we're down to the wire here. I can
Yeah,
just feel the trap around my head springing to kill mode.
This
That
is
was when
text
Natalie reached
because
out
they
for my
could
hand and I
not
grasped
do.
it.
I'm guessing because they
With a
could
look
not
of fiery
film
determination,
the scene,
Yeah.
right?
she grabbed the lever on her apparatus. Okay.
I don't know.
He says I have to do it until it releases? I nod vigorously. Yeah. Come on.
Again, she's just a tab. All
I
right.
watched Natalie crank the lever. I grimaced as she began hollering, as the blades shifted inward into her face, cutting her forehead, her cheek, and her chin.
Ow.
Blood dripped down from her face and onto my arm.
This. Oh God.
I squeezed her hand.
What's gonna take
praying
Saw?
as the ticking got louder. She began screaming as the blades cut her
This
flesh
sucks so
as she
bad.
slowly
I put a
cranked the lever.
curb.
When the ticking got the loudest, I heard a loud snap. I felt both were
Are you
gone.
suggesting, Angela, that you've heard vacuum cleaners tell
That's when
better
I felt the
stories?
device collapse off my head and topple onto the ground. Natalie nearly collapsed to the floor as hers whirled loudly and fell off to the ground too. I saw that they were triggered simultaneously, snapping as they hit the ground like vicious creatures.
Why'd you make Natalie go through the
Almost
pain?
threw
Why
up
didn't you
thinking
do
about how
it?
that would have been our head turned into tomato pulp.
Tomato pulp.
I gotta go throw up now. This is a
Somebody needs
house.
to mow their yard.
Yes.
We've got
Alright,
a traffic
so-
cone in our front yard.
I was asked to
Wait,
put
so
this
you had a
documentary
camera running
together
so that you
regarding
could see yourself set
potential
up a
victims
tripod
of
for the
the
camera you've got
Jigsaw
running?
Killer. However, it is
Hello?
open to discussion that some of these killing
I think he's the person
I'm an
that actually was
uptalker?
doing
put together by
doing the
I don't know how
jigsaw
to-
voice earlier. I think.
I don't know how to finish the end of a sentence without sounding like this.
asked to work on this project. He helped me by the director.
Because in my world, every sentence is a
I'm also a
question.
newspaper columnist who also works for various news companies
That
locally.
is
Like
I'm what they call an
Australian?
uptalker.
I
Yeah.
get most of the time I get early scoops or leaks.
Okay, I got a question.
And
Why
the
is
rest
he?
sorts
Why
itself
we
out.
listen to him? He's
Don't
just
ask me how I get the leaks.
an
It's very,
employee.
very fucking disturbing.
Yeah, why doesn't he shave
about
the
a month
patchy
or two
parts of
back,
his
What
beard?
happened to his hair? Why did it go across his face like that?
He's doing a weird comb over on his forehead to
Jigsaw
disguise,
came out.
to
Jigsaw
disguise
goes
his
slapped him.
unibrow.
Discuss anything like that.
Yeah, Jigsaw whacked him really quickly.
Yeah,
He couldn't,
slapped him.
fix it.
Continue back and forth through email or call. Just like run
I don't know how to
camera
use
went
a
off on
razor.
for his segment.
So
Is he
I'm
trying to hide his
focusing on
unibrow?
the unibrow.
His last segment.
Yeah, he's
sent,
doing a comb over to
just
hide the
ended
unibrow.
abruptly, and I've
Like a
not heard from
Nokia.
him since.
I'll sell
Anyway,
auto
over the last
insurance.
few
with
See,
my
look,
car
he
on.
fixed that.
Pull your hair down. That looks so silly.
What? How did?
WhatsApp, but no one ever uses it anymore.
But
I've also added
That's
in
not
His
how hair works,
sentient.
man.
because he
His
just hasn't
hair's
gotten
trying
back
to
to me.
go
I just
into his
hope he
brain
really
or
does
something to
soon.
kill him.
What fucking laws of physics are we dealing with here? That's not how hair works.
Why was he in Letterbox?
Almost a month.
God, how much longer is this thing?
Footage of his tape regarding his tests.
it's-
However, the footage was delivered internationally.
Let
It
me
must be
minutes. We
directly
can do it.
delivered
All right.
into the editor's address for reading. Throw it. Just throw that shit, yo. Just throw it.
That's
Anger.
I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I could do this.
Anger.
Sit down and talking to the camera. Come on, it's not like someone's telling you to put the lotion in the basket. Sit down and talk to the camera.
The shaky cam shook his hand loose.
The lotion in the freaking basket.
He had to go back to being a master of custodial art
With the coveralls he had
on. He was trying to figure out what looked better for the emo concert. Later. See, look, it's clearly them shaving his hair.
Is it them shaving his hair or is it a clip-on dread?
It's him shaving his hair.
Yeah, that's his actual dreads. That's the.
I don't know what's happening, man.
Those are not clip-ons.
You guys are having.
I don't think those exist.
You're
Oh, I
having
bet
me
something
relive
like it does.
Well, I mean, you could get a weave,
game-changing
right?
event.
You get an artificial weave, artificial hair
Yeah,
weave
but that's a
into
different
your
thing.
hair.
That's way time
Extensions, that's the
intensive.
closest thing to clip-on dreads I can think of.
I'm gonna drink my glass of Windex now.
Just having
At worst, it looks like watered down Windex.
about it.
Yum, watered down Windex. You know, in art class one time, I drank some Windex because somebody dared me to.
It's alright,
I got
I
so
knew
sick and started throwing
What I
up.
was getting myself into.
Yeah, it's mostly ammonia.
To tell you guys.
I said that explains.
Yes.
To tell you about my experience. So, you know.
We're entering my truth.
Okay, you say it's mostly
Can't make it out
whatever.
without
It tasted like it had a
drinking a
very
few eggs.
vinegary taste to it.
Lemon pine doesn't taste like lemon. Said it.
Well, yeah, butterflies don't
I
taste like
should have
butter.
drank the pine sol. Damn.
You think honeybees taste like honey?
Carried Natalie
Yeah.
out
They
of that
should.
home.
You think
They
hamsters
should.
taste like ham?
Dark
They
stairs
should.
that lead out
No!
of a dilapidated
You leave the
cabin.
hamsters alone.
We were in the
That's
woods.
what I'm saying.
Somewhere. After
Guinea pigs
walking
taste like
a winding trail for at least 10
A
minutes.
winding
Okay,
trail.
I'm still reeling from the first time I watched Never Like Alone because I'm looking in the background for Jason.
Guinea pigs taste like guineas.
I questioned it extensively.
Yeah,
What if they're
and
from New
you
Guinea?
taste like ham is
Where,
a little bit stingy.
how, and why? I didn't have any answers unless it was about that eerie message that was on the tapes or the traps.
Oh my God! Shut up!
They did, however, find this diabolical torture room in that cabin.
I loved it.
all they
He
found
got
was
his
the name
line,
of the
almost
main
laughed,
traps.
played it off
That was it.
as just being as nervous. Nice save at
I
least.
kept thinking,
Yes. Yeah.
Halloran must have been behind
He
it.
took that cup
But then
from his
that
grandma's house.
familiar
Oh, no
skepticism
kidding.
kept creeping up once more. It didn't make any sense. Back at the station, I did a little bit more digging into Natalie. She really was a bad apple as tabloid Spencers go, having done numerous of columns from affairs to suicides. Some of it was
angry face.
pretty stomach-turning
When
stuff.
she had an angry
She was
face,
poisonous,
and she was a bad egg. Just look at that profile
Yeah.
picture. Oh my word!
She was at the hospital. Her literary sins paid with blood.
You ain't wrong, Kevin.
I guess I took solace in the fact that she saved my life by defending her guilt.
Okay, alright. This again. Jigsaw.
He's torturing us right now? Yes.
Station.
Yes. Alright, so
I was finally let
Jigsaw
go.
doesn't work like
But on my
that.
way out, I ended up bumping into this guy.
Yes, Natalie could say some really shitty
like he was
shit,
in a hurry.
but from what she did, she
For
seemed
one
like a
second,
good person.
I thought he was about to chew me out, but then he
You know?
Yeah, I thought you had to do something really bad
relaxed a bit.
or be a
Hey,
real
man.
schmuck, like
been
a
a
real
long-
Yeah.
asshole or
Yeah,
danger
talking at the
lust.
theater.
Yeah. Tell me.
Oh yeah, that one
I did
definitely.
So
Yeah,
hey,
but
man,
Natalie doesn't
Going
seem
to a
like a
movie theater
monster.
to watch your
but
cell
madness
phone.
of here.
Like, have y'all seen the second Saw?
No.
Long
Before I could
time
say
ago.
anything,
Don't
he
remember.
hurried
Alright,
to
in the
room,
second Saw,
talking
the
to some
cop was a
redhead,
shitty fucking
similar
cop.
scrubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and his son was a bad egg too.
I've never met that man
You know?
before in my entire life.
So it makes sense that he would test both of them.
You know what's
I went
being
to the
tested?
clerk,
Me!
and
With that
She said
fucking
that was Logan.
I'm sorry. I'm
The
sorry.
medical
God!
examiner for the station.
Hey, look, here's another production still.
Of course. He must have been
You're gonna punch a baby in it.
Okay,
looking at all the jigsaw
kind of-
related bodies at the...
Wait a minute. I almost thought Tia was going to say Denny's hands tasted like hamsters.
Now I want to
Well-
moons over my hammy.
That's my story. My name is Michael Price.
Over my head.
Did you screw over Michael Price? Please?
Well,
Yeah,
sort of.
shut up.
I guess I'll
Be
just
quiet.
leave
Stop
you.
talking.
You know what, Michael Price? Shave your head some more.
Jigsaw is more than a man, ladies and gentlemen. He's an idea now. A legacy. Now, I don't know if it's Halloran
what he
that's
really
the new
is?
executioner carrying out his will, or if it's
It's a
someone
desperate
else.
cry for attention in a
Jigsaw.
world that cares nothing
What he
for
stood
him.
for? He's alive and well.
Don't
Participating in this
something's
film.
gonna happen. The music's
Why the
getting
pig
dramatic.
I'm amazed to hear how much of an effect that he had on people.
Because
And I'm
remember
surprised
in the
to
first
hear
one that she
that
had
some
the pig
people
mask
even
on when
think
she
he
Well, I know that.
I thought she had an actual pig's
I guess I'm
face head
just-
on their face. Like I
I'm
thought it was
just
a
wondering
real
why they
pig
went
head.
with a
this far
pig.
removed.
You know, whatever.
To some of my experiences,
I don't know.
I mean, why didn't they go for Spaceman with it?
that's for sure.
This is the first one I've honestly sat and watched the clock. Like,
Yeah.
I know, right? I know. I'm kind of beyond saying I don't want to say anything bad about this. I don't.
I'm
I
going
think
to.
they did
Why
get
you
an
put
A
me
for
in a
effort, but I'm
terrifying
about to
situation?
die.
There was a reason.
That this is.
Maybe.
I keep
Just
catching
maybe.
myself nodding off, and Lodi keeps poking
That
me
was
awake.
saving both of us, was it?
Except I don't have anyone to
That
poke
bad
me
people
awake,
can
man.
save the innocent.
Angela, you actually lucked out. You didn't have to see this shit. Well,
kidding.
then again, you're here watching it with us.
Thank God for Dylan's new nightmare.
Yes.
Damn. No wonder you guys
This
call
is
this
more
evil.
of a nightmare than Dylan's nightmare.
I want to have a slam burger, eggs over medium, onion rings on the side.
Oh, that sounds delicioso. Yay! It's over! No, it's not over!
Oh, God.
We're back to text.
Oh,
Can't
God.
you, just, can't you just show us a milk carton?
Yeah, show us
Yes.
that part with his face on it. 40 confirmed cases relating to the something, 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 and the something, something. There have also been reports of gerbils taking places overseas.
Oh no.
The Jabberwockies still remain open on the dark web. More survivors are coming forward with their stories. The Jabberwockies were vicious, they said. Survivors claim that the gerbils test the Jabberwockies' demented, insane something, 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 something.
However,
some survivors claim the experience to be a form of annihilation. Rehabilitation. Some also claim it to be grateful to the Joker money. Wait, what? Oh, that's Jigsaw money.
Surprisingly,
the text still goes on and on and on, making you read more and more and more. The text did not help me.
Let it be done, 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 let it be done.
Fan film
Thank
from
the
the Book of
fucking
Saw.
Christ. Holy the shit.
I mean,
This film is just, fuck you.
oh, they tried. They tried. They. I hate to say
We're gonna
anything
get
bad about it,
Kefk.
but yeah.
We'll start with you, Kefk. Did you like it?
No.
Dr. Functional?
No. No.
Tier?
No.
Mitch? No. All right, here's the hard part. Kefk, what worked for you in this movie?
It ended.
Damn!
Dr. Functional, what worked for you in this movie?
Kefk.
Tier, what worked for you in this movie?
Honestly, I like the guy that played Michael Price. He seemed like he was actually acting. You know, and
Yeah,
Kefk.
okay. I actually have something.
Oh.
I like the concept that's in play here. I think it's an interesting concept, but I think also that it's a good concept executed badly.
Yes, it is, and it does for me also raise some interesting questions. Like, is there a cult of Jigsaw, or are these just copycats?
Right? Is it coordinated or random?
Yes.
This movie was not going to answer that question. Obviously.
Well, true, but it's still
the kind of question you don't answer.
Yes.
Okay, Kefk.
Yeah.
What didn't work for you in this movie?
Oh Lord.
It exists.
Okay, Dr.
I'm
Function.
sorry. I give faith for effort, but it. Blah, blah, blah.
Dr. Functional, what doesn't work for you here?
The idea was there, but just everything. It was so amateurish, like, and they didn't even have a basic concept of, a concept of basic filmmaking technique. So it was all over the place. The quality of the camera was different from place to place to place. It was different audio quality. It just
lighting.
Well,
everything.
From what I understand, what I assume is that they were given the impression that they were doing it like from camera phones and you know whatnot. Like they weren't there to asking them questions.
Tier, you've seen the quality of camera phones nowadays.
Yes,
they
it would
blow
been
that
amazing.
stuff out of the water. That looks like they were using an old VHS recorder, camcorder.
Well, the guy in the opening scene, it wasn't that bad, but the rest of it seemed like cell phone footage. Like, hey, just deliver these lines that I'm going to email you on a phone. Like, it seems like something we could, not as bad as we would achieve, but something we could do with just our phones and like, hey, Mitch, write us a 20-minute script of just stupidity, you know, and then we all record it on our phones or on our laptops or whatever and sent it to him.
It's not even a script; it's a series of monologues.
Yeah, and
yes,
it's just none of it works.
Oh! Too much text. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Tira, what didn't what? Oh,
I'm about to read the absolute lack of understanding of speech, time, and the function of the body. Where's the other one? I think it's this one. I think this one was worse than Born of Hope, or whatever the hell it was. It was Born of Hope. Clown says, actually, it ended.
All right, Tier, what did not work for you in this movie? No.
All right, so I'm a break it down from the first guy. Essentially, why the hell is he still in bandages like he is, and it's supposed to be 9 months later? Why did he in the again? Why don't you have him with an eye patch? And why does his fingers look intact? You know, what they should have had, they shouldn't have shown the hand. You know, when he was doing the whole hand motions, you could literally see that they weren't gone. Now, what they should have done was keep his hands down and have him like point, or here's a better idea: tape his finger to his hand.
That's
You
yeah.
know,
I was gonna say the FX in this was not very good. There's an easy way to do that. There's easy workarounds to do FX stuff like that. You know, even from working in the little haunted house, I could do better. You know, you lower a
Yeah.
finger down, you tape it down, and put the gauze around it. Looks like you're missing a finger.
exactly. And then with the bandage on the head, you could always just have him in the eye patch instead of having him look like that.
Yeah, that would have been better. Yes.
You know, or hell, take have him keep his eye closed for his entire dialogue. You know, have him
Or
wait
pop in
though,
a white contact, a whiteout contact.
yeah,
Sclera. Yeah, that's a word.
and have it that he instead of losing the eye, he can't see out of that eye anymore. You know, it's a blind eye. You know, he just looks with it, or it just stares off. Something to give the impression like that was a poor makeup job. And then I could not understand the woman. Well, I'm gonna go back to the guy first. His reason Jigsaw threatened to kill 5 unrelated people to teach one guy a lesson. And we can't even say he learned that lesson because he chose two. The 2 people that he was really close to. The guy that always covered for him and the love of his life. You know? And he doesn't seem like a dick. He doesn't seem like a monster. He just seems like a dick. You know? Okay, people. Oh, these guys helped me out, and I just fucking said fuck them. Is that really something you should, give a crisis of existence for? Is he really that bad? He's a doctor. He's still helping people. He's still saving lives.
Not ours.
Yeah, not ours. The next segment, the girl. Again, what he's acting like.
Oh,
this,
Mumbles McPhilippines?
Yeah, he's acting like a therapist. You gotta let go of your hate for your mother, so let it out. Is that really something Jigsaw would deal with? Now,
It's not like Jigsaw's going to be there saying stuff like, your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them.
yeah, he's
Let go
coming
your
off like a
feelings.
therapist. The next guy, the way he acted out his anger was what the fuck. He didn't come off as angry. Again, and I can see Jigsaw doing shit to him because again,
For
he
fun.
was a dick. He was a monster. I can see Jigsaw fucking with him, and then the last one was was Michael Price and the girl. Why? She's okay. She writes for a tabloid, but she clearly was willing to disfigure herself to save their lives.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't a complete and utter monster. It would be something that's like she tested harmful chemicals on children in Africa. Or she purposely poisoned people in order to get shit the right. I don't know, something to make her evil and her come to Jesus moment justifiable. And then the whole concept, why they seem to be doing this over a phone or doing an internet interview, right? This is something that this is something a documentarian would come to them with.
Yes.
Like, the trauma of it all, you wouldn't just talk to me over the interwebs, or here you go ahead and just talk and send in a video. Why? That's not what a documentarian would do. They would go to the person and sit down and interview them, ask them questions, not just have them talk off the cuff, especially if it's something traumatic.
Agreed, and they would actually sit there in the room with them and ask them questions.
Yes.
It wouldn't be a monologue, essentially.
Yes. And I don't know why the hell they threw in the comb over guy. What was his point? Like, he's not a Jigsaw survivor, so why are you having him? Oh well, I did this for the film.
He donated his services as hairdresser, so they let him be in the movie.
And then the test, Jigsaw doesn't test twice unless there's a reason. Good concept.
Because that's what he did with Shawnee Smith.
Yeah, but that was the reason, because he believed she was going overboard.
All right.
Oh, and I hated the fucking reading. Like, why have us read shit?
Yes, thank you.
What didn't work for me in this movie? In addition to everything that's already been said, which I agree with for the most part, the writing in general is really quite bad. I mean, the character of the Doctor at the beginning spoke in a manner that was decidedly non-Doctor, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
His words did not fit the character he was trying to portray.
And it seemed like he was flubbing. He made 2 flubs in his lines.
Did he? That's what I mean. We don't know because he probably just read what was on the page.
No, he would say something and then it was clear flub, and he would just continue on.
What was the other thing? The dialogue in this thing plays like, it's like if someone made this is a documentary about why we have proofreaders. is what it seems like to me. It's one of the reasons I reached out to everyone to while I'm physically typing up that treatment. I mean, everyone else is kind of writing it with me because you need people to bounce ideas off of. The last time I worked on it this last weekend, Batman jumped in and caught a bunch of the spelling and grammar errors that I don't see because I've been looking at it for so long. That's what this script feels like. Feels like they proofread it themselves and missed things because they've been staring at it too long.
They didn't have a fresh set of eyes.
Oh, God, this is...
Are you sure? He's British. They don't English so well.
I don't know.
It kind of feels like something, maybe a high school project in drama class to me. Yeah.
Again, I applaud them for completing it.
I have seen in different writing classes, and I never spent a lot of time in those writing classes. And it's usually stuff I saw from someone else's writing class where someone's trying to write a story and they
wait a minute. Let me
the real game and We Survive was making it through with oh, no doubt. I've seen where people try to write, but they get too wrapped up in their personal language. And it damages the effectiveness of their ability to communicate. Like a group of friends will have their own kind of slang that they operate with amongst themselves.
Yes, like checking the toilet, checking the toaster.
Checking the toaster is a good example. But if we say checking the toaster with someone who's not part of the group in a completely different context, no one's going to know what the hell you're talking about. And that's what this thing feels like too. It's like And again, I like the idea. I like the concept. I want them to improve so that concepts like this can be brought to life in a way that really works.
Oh, yeah.
Because this way that they're using right now really doesn't. Moving on to our next question, which I think is going to be unanimous once again. Kefk, would you recommend this film?
Okay, so they tried, right? They tried, and no.
Dr. Functional, would you recommend this film?
You want to hear something shocking? Yes. And I'll tell you why. I would show it to somebody as an example. I would recommend it to them as an example of just everything you can do wrong when making a film with no budget. Because just as a brief like thing I would do personally would be something like even if they wanted to do it no budget, there's like seemingly it's done through people like being sent these scripts to just sort of read to the screen, and then the interviewer's dialogue goes over top or whatever. I would do it like we're doing it like this. I would have it on some kind of stream or Zoom call, and that way you could have that interaction as well as make it seem very much more legitimate as a film, as a very amateurish investigator type reporter person trying to get this idea, this movie across.
Or better
make it
yet,
more realistic, yeah.
Playing on that idea, Dr. Functional, what about what is essentially a Zoom call, but it's a group therapy session? And
yeah.
And it's a group. Hang on. It's a group therapy session because everyone that this shit has, or everyone who has survived this shit, is in places that are so far apart that it makes no sense to do group therapy any other way. So you got this. You've got the in this version with the group therapy thing. You've got the guy who's leading the group, or the group leader, the person, the therapist.
Wait, 1 second. Actually,
what?
or it could have taken place in 2020 when the COOF was around and nobody could
For example,
have gotten
yeah,
out to go
that's
to.
another good way to do it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But the therapist is the unifying bit for all these different segments, all these different story segments. The group therapist is the unifying, what do you call it? Force? Unifying element, whatever.
He's the tie-in. He is what binds them together.
Yes. That's if you want to do it on a Zoom call.
Yeah. And my idea is more not like, but like showing that there's very cheap ways to have consistency at least. Like script and everything else, story, whatever aside, it's just a cheap, efficient way to standardize how everything sounds, how everything's going to air quotes look. I mean, you could forego all of the camera on them interviews, like if you want, and just maybe do or you could have the camera on while you're doing the interviews or whatever. But like it's just a very cheap and effective way to just get around all the stuff that we basically made it unwatchable, script aside, because a bad script, we can watch a good movie done and produced and directed well even if the script is shit, and we can pick it apart and do all that stuff. But when the script is when everything is bad, all the meat and potatoes, what makes filmmaking it just can't. You know what I mean? Like
I do.
Yeah.
You have to have something to be able to grab onto, even if the other part of it isn't so great. Because we've seen movies that like production value was okay. That Wild West horror movie.
From Hell to the Wild West?
From Hell to the Wild West. Production value wasn't actually that bad. The audio was kind of but they didn't really have good boom mic, whatever. But it was the script. It was the story. It was just so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was so ungripping.
I think that this surpasses it so far as the worst thing we've seen on this show.
Yes.
Because of the reason it did not achieve anything in any of the, three main avenues of when you're making art.
Right, because at least with the Hell to the Wild West, we got fake Charles Bronson.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there was
still has some
something
entertainment value. It had good action sequences.
It was okay. But I mean, even again, just something as simple as the basics of filmmaking. So camera work was okay. Again, audio was a little wonky in some points. That's it is what it is. But for the entirety of the film, it was consistent. You didn't suddenly get shots in high def quality and then shitty camera footage. Even though this is supposed to be some sort of interview thing, again, cheap and easy way to standardize it would be to do it in this online format that we've been talking about, or something like that. But when you don't have anything to sort of ground yourself on, the rest of it just gets worse. It gets worse.
Well, there's different ways to have a unifying element.
Mm-hmm.
There's the group therapy thing. There's the Zoom interviews for a true crime podcast.
Oh yeah, shit.
There's
that would have been even better.
Kefke's idea about the coof is another way to do it. But another way it's kind of the same thing is my idea about a Halloween film that follows Michael Myers into a courtroom where his fate is being decided after being in the nut house for so long, because these cases have to be reviewed from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
And we learn about the further exploits of Michael Myers through witness testimony. So we get the same kind of thing as this. It's not a Zoom style or anything, but it's still it's several different stories with the unifying element being the court hearing.
It's the wraparound.
But it's almost it's a bookend, but it's more integrated than a mere bookend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And but my point in bringing up all those different ways to do it is to point out that there are different ways to do it.
Yes.
You don't write 4 monologues and hand them out and go, okay, Dave, it's your turn.
Yeah. I like the question, the questions it raises, though. Again, is it really John Kramer, or is there a cult, or does he, or these copycats? You know,
that's what I mean. Conceptually, there's a lot of value here.
Yes.
And the execution is just, dude, get a proofreader, get someone with, because this does seem like it's written by someone who's fairly young. Get not just a proofreader, but an editor.
Get somebody to tell you that your makeup is terrible. I like the concept. I think there should have been a second person that honestly thinks he didn't help me. He was a monster. And I think even the criminal at some point, he kind of helped me. No, he should have held to the fuck John Kramer. He took off my legs. And know what he should have done? He should have wheeled back on his wheelchair to show us this is what he did to me.
Well, yeah, see, there we're getting into what costs money, though.
Mm-hmm.
This is a low budget thing. And you got to respect the low budget. But, the low budget is supposed to get you to focus more on a story, and this had none. Well, no, it had a story. It just had it should have had a delivery for that story that worked.
Yeah, it was very.
The story was jumping, though. I don't know. With all the black screen, white text progressions and stuff, it's very hard to keep up with.
Well, yeah. See, that's the wraparound they used, and it doesn't work. They should have had an interviewer, or barring an interviewer. Several interviewers, and the main unifying element could be a narrator.
Yeah, it's the text. Text crawls can be pretty good, I mean, look at the intro text crawl, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was not bad. That was very memorable, and guy from Night Court narrated that.
but it's just a one-time thing. Like again,
Well,
doing
yeah.
that constantly. Or what
Chronically,
they should have done? Yeah, what they should have done is have newspaper articles. You know,
That would have been good.
They
yeah.
did. They kind of did.
Well,
Well, no,
they
I'm-
had the one with the.
But what the way I would have done it, if I'm going to have any sort of a, not even a text crawl, but just if I'm going to have text, it's going to be at the very beginning, and it's going to lay out the foundation of what we're about to watch. There are 17 known survivors of the what was it, the Jigsaw murders, killings?
The Jigsaw killer.
The 17 known survivors of the Jigsaw killer. These are 5 stories. That's it. That's all the text. The rest of it,
There you go.
with each segment in 1982, John Matthews wakes from a nightmare. You know, you have that kind of a narration. Still keep it fairly short, and then after the narration is done, you get some establishing shots of the people or person who survived with his family, with his dog, whatever. And then you get into the interview. And you can still do that with the cheap ass cell phone thing.
Shit.
Just do it with it's just have, instead of a monologue, you have questions and answers, and you have 2 people at that end to film it and submit it to you.
I don't know. I'd still find that a little bit boring. I don't know.
Well, no,
I hate to rag on the movie so much because they did try. They did.
Well,
try.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, I really do.
I'm trying to figure out how to succeed at what they wanted to do with a very low budget.
Angela, given that they said at the beginning that he was dead, I would say they're copycats.
Well, they could be a cult too.
Yeah, they do establish later in the series, before Chris Rock's one, there is a cult of Jigsaw. The doctor who cut off his foot in the first one was their leader.
I've read that as Doctor Who cut off his foot. I'm like, which doctor? Which doctor was it? Sorry.
It was Trudy Gatwa. That's the only way they could give him a second season.
No, it was Jodie Whittaker.
That's why she regenerated into Shooty.
She cut off her foot to spite her face. Wait, that's not how that expression works. But anyway, Tira, I forget. Did you recommend
I would
it?
not recommend this one. Like even as a how to make if they're asking for pointers on how to make a good something, I would recommend they watch this one as a what not to do. But I would not recommend this to even a fan of Saw.
Okay, now I wouldn't recommend it for entertainment purposes, but I would recommend it not for looking at what to do, what not to do, but rather at looking at ways to improve something done badly. Because that, at least that's an exercise where you're ending on a positive idea.
Carl Elwin, I believe you're talking about.
Carrie Ellis?
Yeah, Carrie Ellis. There we go.
Yeah, Carrie Ellis. But yeah, not as a study in what not to do, but as in a study at how to improve something done badly.
Yes.
Because I guarantee you, if you took half of the ideas that we spewed with this basic concept, you'd have a much better fan film. And I don't want these filmmakers to think we're just shitting on them, because we kind of are. But that's not the reason we're shitting on them. We're shitting on them in the hopes that they will improve their craft.
Yes. I don't want them to stop making fan films. Like, by all means, please make more. But I want you to... I criticize because I want better.
Right.
It has potential.
I see potential. Yes, I see potential. Now, if they were to re-release this and they fix some of the issues, like we said, I would happily watch it again.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well, I would watch it again. I'll
I'll
reserve
watch
the
it
happily
again,
part
yeah.
until I'm in it. Or, until I'm in the middle of watching it.
Yes, I would watch it again and hope that, hey, okay, this one, compared to the first one, this one was better. They saw some of their flaws and they made it better.
Yeah. Because discouraging. Look, I one of my things is about parents, right? And because I don't want to go into the reasons for it, but it's something I noticed. One of the signs of a good parent is, like, say you've got a kid who's into music, wants to be a big famous guitar player or something, or make a career out of being a guitar player, or even a writer or whatever. And there are parents out there who will just tell you it's really hard to break into that. But you know what they'll do next? Nothing. They will do fucking nothing. They're going to tell you how hard it is, but never try to help you figure out the best ways to break into it. Never figure out the things you need to do to establish yourself and to break into the business that way. No, a lot of them, they just want to tell you how hard it is, and that's bad parenting. If you're, and I view what we're doing here in a similar light, not that we're parenting filmmakers, but if we just tell them their work sucks and not giving them an avenue to pursue to improve, then we're being bad critics.
Yes, we're just insulting them without offering constructive criticism.
And honestly, if I were the filmmaker and I got the review we gave, I'd be insulted. That's why I'm trying so hard to point out that there is value in what they've got as a concept, and they should build on the stuff that they've got that works, and take our criticism for the stuff that doesn't and try to improve it. Even though we're being dicks about it, I think a little bit. I don't think we're wanting to be dicks about it, though. It's just
I am. I would be happy if this person never made another film again. They literally don't know anything about filmmaking, like even the basics, and that's why I call this like it's sub amateur. It's not even amateur, and I mean, call it being a dick. It's the truth.
Well, no, you're right. But I think that's a valid criticism, though. I don't think it's being a dick.
If they want to get better,
I'm saying if you don't have a tough skin and you're listening to what we're saying, or thick skin, and you're listening to what we're saying, you're going to take it wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to. I really would like them to be able to improve. And maybe what we're saying here may not apply to them being successful in filmmaking, but it might help them to be successful elsewhere if they can apply what we're saying here to something else. I don't know what that would be.
But like you said, Mitch, there is potential here. Like, again, most of the issues are the writing, the camera work, and the wraparound with the text and stuff. And like some audio issues, like the one chick and mumbling. Again, I could ignore the issues with the story because it's a fan film. It is their interpretation of the work. So if they want to take liberties with this work, okay, maybe this Jigsaw is literally a psychiatrist and he helps those that need, a little therapy. Okay, maybe he met her doing one of his stints in the therapist's office and, my brand of therapy can help her.
Or he reserves it for those people he thinks are beyond the reach of standard therapeutic practices. Something. But anyhow, let's wrap this up because I don't want to talk about this movie anymore. How are we wrapping this up? Okay. Kefk, what have you got going on for the rest of the week?
Kefk?
And I'm still muted. Okay. I got Minions on Sunday, then I might be doing a stream Borderlands with Arms Killer and Blueser and the Shadow Loaf, my wonderful friends. Friday, tomorrow maybe we'll be doing a stream if we can get the freaking thing working. The remote PC has been the butt lately, and yeah. Oh, I can't. I'm gonna start screaming. Shadowloaf he's giving me the money for me to get a new PC to build
Oh
a
yeah, I
PC.
heard about that.
And Bluezer is helping me, and Tim's gonna put it together, and I'm gonna have big time guys. I'm excited. Sorry.
Okay, Kefk
All
That
right.
happens.
went insane.
Most
That's not
wonderful,
insane.
sweetest thing ever.
That's Halloween morning when you open your presents and you watch the tree burn.
Yes.
He activated full fart power.
Yeah. Hey,
But yeah.
Doctor. Oh, go on, Kefk.
No. Go ahead, Dr. Functional.
Okay, Doctor Functional. What else you got going on this week?
Minion Saturday.
You made Kefk squeak.
Sorry.
Tier, what you got going on this week?
This Saturday, I have the midnight show. Kefk's going to be on it if she's up for it.
Yeah.
And then Monday we have me, Mitch, and Functional have Means in Space on the main channel.
Tiramisu, you need to remind me because see, it slipped my brain. Gotta remind me, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'll put out something tomorrow. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And then I have the Never Watch Alone. We may be doing a show, Means in Space, next Friday.
Really?
If Sanguine doesn't do his show, I'll take over for him.
Oh, okay, cool.
Do some shit Friday.
I'm down.
But I'll talk to Sanguine tonight to see.
But otherwise, remember we got this October we're going to lean a little bit more into the horror genre.
Oh yeah,
on Never Watch Alone.
Really quickly, Angela has Adrian's Virtual Arcade. Oh, and we on Sundays we are doing Rod's movie review on his channel.
Oh yeah,
me and Angela. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, what was I saying? October we're going to lean a little bit more into the horror films. We got a couple of Friday the 13th. We also have a couple of new releases.
Oh yeah,
in the horror fan film with It's Me Billy Chapter 2. And
I want to watch that. You gotta. Can I be out for that one?
Believe me, we'll let you know.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
And the Haddonfield Nightmare.
Ooh.
Or no, it's called The Last Nightmare, I believe. Oh God.
Live view.
Is part 1 of that is being released this October as well. So we're going to have a couple of new releases this October we get to play with. Which is going to be groovy.
Hell yeah.
October, it's almost September, it's almost the happy time of the year. It is the happy time because the Halloween stuff is out in stores and sorry.
She gets candy.
I just learned that we got to let you finish when you do that.
Sorry.
You got to get it out of your system or it
Yes.
backs up and you get constipated.
Yeah.
The hell?
These things happen. I'm not responsible for how the human body works, even in this cartoon. Anyway, everyone, please be sure to like, subscribe, curse us out, tell us we're maniacs in the comments, whatever.
Emotional constipation. How can steal that?
And until next time, never let the fish touch you in the deepest place.
Oh no.
I hate my life.
What the hell?
You do now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, remember, you should
never watch alone.